Hey, welcome to It's Not Okay TV, where tonight's topic is about the rules nobody officially teaches us, but somehow everybody's expected to know. These are the little standards that keep daily life from turning into chaos. Things from respect, people's time, own your mistakes and clean up after yourself, and don't make others carry your problems, things you've created. The real question is not whether these exist. The real question is why so many people act like they never get the manual and never learn. What do you say, my brother?
People should learn.
The unwritten rules, right? They should learn the unwritten
Yeah,
rules of life. Don't you
yeah.
think
I
so?
mean, I mean, I get it in the first years of their life, but after I don't know, 20, after you turn 20, you should know
20. Oh my
20.
God, you are very lax right there, man. I'm saying you should know this stuff by the time you're what, 15, 14, 15?
Yeah, 15, 14, yeah, but be a little tolerant.
Be a
Let's say,
little taller.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. All right. Well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Hey, hello to the people over in the chat. We got hey, you didn't do our hellos, man. Who are we?
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome back to another live broadcast. I am Milo Giggles. This here is my brother Joey Shits, and together we make shits and giggles.
We do. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing excellent. It's very, very hot in Alba area right now. I don't know if everywhere everybody's hot, but here in the studio it's hot.
Not everybody's thought down there in South Africa. It's wintertime coming in. Isn't that true, Vinay? Vinay, yeah, she's in the room here. Yeah, we got Vinay in the room. We got Joey in the room. We got Echo Drift, Nomad. Let me see. We also have, let me see who else we have here. We have, uh, oh man, it's not, it's, I forgot. Could you please tell me?
We have VNA.
It's VNA. It's just VNA, just like that. Well, because I
VNA.
see VNA, I was just told, but I'm seeing at SUNY WCU, so I did not. I didn't put it together. I didn't know, and I know. So, hey, man. So yeah, we're talking about the 15 unwritten rules. These are the rules in life we should all know. Like, for instance, respect people's time. This is one we should all know. Statistically speaking, one workplace survey found that 72% of employees said they had lost time because of meetings stated that started
Yeah.
late due to tech issues or delays or bathroom breaks or smoke breaks. They start late, and 72% of the employees have found that has caused problems. How it should be is people should show up when they say they will, answer when needed, and do not make others wait without reason. That your time's not any more important than their time.
Yes, my brother, but you have to take in consideration carelessness. They just don't care. They're very vague when it comes to time, or like you said, they act like their time is more important than yours.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
kind of rude, man.
it is kind of rude, but at the same time, you just can't change them.
Man, do you know anybody in your life that's like that? I have
Yeah,
somebody in my life like that.
yeah, me from time to time. Yeah, no,
You're
no,
late, man. You're one of those late people. Not me. I'm always early, bro. I'm always early.
I'm, uh, I like to be early. I like to be on point, at least on point. But from time to time, I do get late. I do get late. It's
Man,
not intentional. It's not like my time is more important than others, but it happens to me as well from time to time.
no. See, I find no reason for it. I
Ah,
think if I've been late this many times in 50 years, it's a lot. I find no reason for it. You know what it is? You know when there's a reason for it? If you get shot, if a dog bit your toe, things like that. Things when you're running, if you fell off your bike and you busted your face open, then okay, I understand being late for things like this. But being late because, well, you didn't plan a project properly, or because this took you longer than you anticipated, or I've just had to put my clothes on. See, that's all unexcusable stuff to me.
well, I do remember one time that you sent me a text message. Man, you know what? I quote, man, you know what? I think this year for your birthday, I'm gonna give you a watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I did say that. I did say that. Man, it drives me nuts when people are late. That was something my father had always instilled in me. Like even starting a new job, for instance, I traveled up to New York City a lot, right, to do the job. But so the jobs would move from place to place. And I didn't know all of New York City. I'm from New Jersey. But my father would he made me, what he would say to me, he said, man, if you don't know where you're going and if you think you're going to be late, you go out there the day before and you find that place is going to be so you don't struggle.
Exactly what it is. Yeah. Man, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to know, like your father said. If you don't know for sure, take a drive, see how much it takes you. But right now we have Google Maps, so you can estimate a little bit the time.
Can you really though?
Yeah. If you try a day before at the same hour, you should get the same traffic.
Man, I don't know. The way it should be though is someone says they'll be ready in 10 minutes, but 40 minutes late and everybody's still waiting. I think that's rude. So the question I really want to ask is, being late a personality flaw, is or just bad planning? I'm having a real hard time getting what's out of my brain onto the microphone.
And sometimes it's bad planning on my case. It's bad planning from time to time. Yeah, I don't think it's a personality flaw because I try to be on time most of the time. But because of bad planning, sometimes I'm late, but not 40 minutes.
You know what? I'm going to jump around and say that varies from person to person. It is either a personality flaw, or it is bad, or it is bad planning.
Yeah, it's one of the two. I do know people that they're just like that.
Yeah,
they start getting ready 10 minutes before they leave, even though they know it's going to take them at least half an hour to get ready.
Right. Well, like for an instance, I'm going to say it's bad planning. You just say you're going to be there. You don't intend to be late, but you just lose track of time and you're doing this. And next thing you know, you're late, which still sucks and is wrong, in my opinion.
I'm with you 100%.
With my wife, it's a personality flaw. With my wife, it's a personality flaw because there's not one time she is not late. It's always late. Like 99.5% of the time she's late. I mean, I get to a point now where if we have to be somewhere at 6 o'clock, I tell her we have to be there at 5:30.
Yeah.
Because when you tell her you have to be somewhere, that's when she leaves the house and you're supposed to already be there. So if I say we have to be somewhere at 5:30, she's planning to leave the house at 5:30. Now we got our time to get there. But she's learned that I do that, right? So now she's accounted for that. So now she's even later.
Now you have to say an hour before. So she will take half an hour off, and you're still half an hour before.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Let me see. Nomad says it's bad plan. Man, I've got this a little too small over here. I can't read what's up there, man. Nomad says bad planning. You need to leave it for Vlad to say. For Vlad, huh? Well, man, that guy planned pretty good stuff, man. I got to tell you. My grandma was always late for everything. So we used to tell her something will start an hour before it actually started. Yeah, I mean, that's the way you got to do it with some people, Vinay. But I mean, is that really our chore? Is that really somebody else's responsibility? I don't think so. How about cleaning up after yourself?
Oh,
that's another one. Like statistically speaking, the Bureau of Labor Statistics found that in 2024. Now we speak basically of Americans and U.S. numbers. So Americans spent an average of 2.1 hours per day on household activities, including cleaning, cooking, laundry, household management, things like that. How it should be is if you make a mess, you fix it without needing applause or reminders. That's how it should be.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people, and I know some people like that, where they leave a mess everywhere they leave a mess, and they walk past it and pretend like it's not even there. If for example, if they use the kitchen, they leave the dishes everywhere and just walk away.
That's cashmere. That's cashmere all day long. My wife, I'm going to knock my wife a couple times tonight on this stuff because, man, when it comes to this unwritten rule shit, she's never got the memo on this. My wife keeps the most unbelievably clean house. She's the woman who pulls everything out. The thing that I do once a year if it were my place. She's the person who does this every 2 or 3 months. Pulls the stoves out, pulls this up. She cleans every nook. She sweeps the place 2-3 times a day. I mean, don't get me wrong. My wife is a very clean person this way. Too clean, to a fault clean. She's got a little cookiness.
when it
You know,
comes to floors and walls and dust.
yes, and laundry and stuff like that. Man, the house is spotless like this, right? But put her into a kitchen, and all hell breaks loose, man. I'm the one who has to keep. She will go in there and cook just to cook hamburgers and French fries. We've got wall to wall dishes, greasy pots, pans everywhere. She eats, puts the plates on the counter, just leaves them there. When I tell my 10-year-old, man, when you're done, take your plate, go over to the sink. You don't have to wash it, but go over to the sink, rinse it with water, and put it into the sink. This way, whoever washes it,
for you to clean it.
No, it's easier. You don't have the ketchup all hardened on there, or the mustard stuck there, or the spaghetti sauce everywhere. Yeah, no. When it comes to my wife, the kitchen is trash. You swear to God, Putin just threw off a bomb yeah. You ready to call NATO and shit? You ready to call NATO and shit when you walk into my kitchen after my wife? You think we've been attacked?
You know I have your back 99.9% of the time. Yeah. But on this one, since she takes care of the rest of the house,
yeah,
it's not that bad if she doesn't take care of the dishes.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. You know why? It's not bad. I have no problem doing the dishes. I have no problem keeping the kitchen clean, right? I'll do that. But at least take your damn dish. You managed to get it from the table to the counter. Take it, put it into the sink, and just run a little water on it. That's all, just a little bit, and then leave it. I'll do the dishes. I'll do everything else. You know, I'll do that. Not a problem.
Maybe she has a problem with getting her hands wet. Maybe she doesn't like to be touched by water on her fingers.
Well, man, is cleanliness about discipline, do you think, or is it about respect and upbringing? I think it's about respect, man. I don't know. I don't know what word. Discipline, respect. I don't know.
First and foremost, I would say discipline. Because if you're disciplined, you wash your dishes after you finish eating. That's discipline. But it has to do with respect as well. Because let's say you have a roommate, not your wife, not your girlfriend, a roommate. If he does that, like you say Kashmira does, that's lack of respect and lack of discipline. But first and foremost is lack of respect towards you, the roommate.
Towards the person who's doing the cleaning.
Exactly. But in a household like you, in a home, it's about discipline.
Man, I tend to agree with you, and I'll tell you why I agree with you. What if I were to take the laundry? You know, I'm just thinking about this. What if I were to take my laundry and I just left my underwear on the floor and my socks on the floor and I didn't put them in the hamper, or I just left everything laying around? And I didn't. It's the same thing, right? It would be disrespectful.
Yeah, a little bit.
But as long as I take that stuff and I make it to the hamper, then it's all good. If she's doing the laundry, at least I'm doing the right thing, right? Putting it in one location. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So I think you're right. I think it's about respect.
And with that said, you just proved your point with the dishes. As you put your laundry in the basket, she can put the plate in the sink with a little bit of water.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. We've talked about this at least 1,400
not going to happen.
No, 1,400 times we've talked about it for sure. How about do not interrupt people constantly? Now here's one that I'm guilty of, man. I'm guilty of this one. Statistically, in 2023, observational study found that patients were interrupted a median of 9 times per minute during opening statements, with the first interruptions happening after 6.5 seconds. You know, how it should be is they should let people finish their thoughts before jumping in, right?
Yeah, but in most cases, people listen to you, listen to whatever you have to say until an idea pops into their heads. And then they have to say it. They have to speak over it. And I know people like that. I actually
me.
Like that. Yeah, you.
I'm horrible at interrupting people, and I know that.
Imagine. You don't have to imagine. Watch one of our videos. Somebody telling a story, and somebody else just cutting in every 3 minutes.
Man, I try, bro. It's not like I don't try, though. You see, I patiently sit here and I wait.
I know.
You know, when people are talking, I patiently sit here and wait, but you have no idea how bad it's killing me because I have to keep repeating what's in my brain 1,000 times so that I don't forget it, and I actually lose concentration on what's being said by the other person because I can't concentrate. I have to get this out.
So might as well say whatever you have in your mind, because you're not listening anyway, because you're concentrating on not forgetting what you're about to say. So might as well just interrupt me whenever you have something to say.
That's what I do. That's what I
It
do.
makes sense. It's better than not listening to me.
Well, Nomad says the laundry is different. We have a little bit of a lag between what we talk about and the YouTube. So for the people joining us, sometimes we'll be reading a comment or two about the last thing we just spoke about, because the lag is a little bit there, because this kind of stuff. The laundry is different. What if you want to wear the same pants again tomorrow? Well, no. Well, for those kind of clothes, I take those and I lay them over the chair, or I lay them over my speaker or something, because I'm going to wear them again tonight.
Nomad. You take your pants from the basket back.
Yeah. You can't put them in the basket and then take them
No,
back.
once
Don't
they're in
do
the
that.
basket, they go into the washer.
And they get that funky basket smell. They get that funky, dirty clothes smell if you do that.
Nomad, you have to see the laundry basket as a black hole. Once it's sucked in, it doesn't come out.
Yeah. He also says, I also get a thought in my head, then want to say what's on my mind. Then if I don't say it, that thought vanishes out of my mind. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. That's what we were just saying. You got to get it out of your head. If you don't get it out of your head immediately, it's gone. And I can't tell you how many times I'd be a millionaire if I had gotten those thoughts out and then worked and lived on those things. So are interruptions rude? Are they excitement? Or is it just bad listeners? Which ones do you think interrupt the people who do the interrupting are?
Well, since I started giving you as an example, for me personally, most of the times, 8 out of 10, it's more exciting. Because if you interrupt me with something funny or something interesting, right? So I don't really see it as rude between the two of us.
Why is my head so much bigger than your head in this picture?
I think because you are sitting closer to the camera.
But I'm really not. But are you sitting at your desk the way you normally sit at your desk?
Yeah. Same spot, same chair, same height, same everything.
Well, then I am, because if I move back to about where you are, look, all of a sudden our faces are the same. But I can't do that. I have to sit up like that.
Yeah, I think you are a little bit closer to.
All right, man. So, man, I personally think that people who do the interrupting, I think that rude, excited, bad listeners, I think they all fit in there. But I think excitement, like for me in particular, let me speak for me. I think it's about excitement, and I that word's a little too much. It's not about excitement, but it is about the excitement of getting it out of my head.
Yeah.
So Nomad says, I think it's excitement that makes us interrupt. It is, but in a way it's kind of rude, right? In a way, you can also say it's rude. Why? Because you think whatever is in your brain, whatever it is you have to say, is more important than whoever's speaking and what they have to say.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the truth. So, I think that's one of those unwritten laws in life that
you should wait your turn.
Should wait your turn, man. Yeah. If you can't wait your turn, don't interrupt them after 6 or 7 seconds. At least give them 10 or 12 seconds. And then you can say, man, you talk too much. And then you can turn it on them. You can turn it back on them a little bit.
Yeah.
Another one that kills me. I wanted to ask VNA.
VNA.
Is that the name? Did I say that right? Yeah. VNA. Rashai. VNA. No. How old are you, VNA? Are you how old? Did you know how old VNA is?
I think 11.
Same age as Biker, as Striker?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. Or 10.
I can't believe she's a fan, man. She's a fan. She's a fan of It's Not Okay TV. I'm liking it, man. I'm liking it. We got them from all ages, man. I mean, we got Echo Drift up in here. Where did Echo Drift go, by the way? We got Echo Drift here.
No idea.
I have no idea where she went. She said she couldn't hear us. Then she got off, and now she's not here. Echo Drift, she's up there, what, in high 79 years old, 80 years old or something, I think she said. 78, 79 years old or something like that. So we got them of all age brackets, man. How about return what you borrow, my brother? Here's another one that
I
this is
like
another one that goes right through me. You know, in 2025, a survey about debts to family and friends found that 50.3% of people with unpaid personal debts worried that they may struggle to repay the loan in full.
Yeah.
50.3%. You know, how it should be is it's if you borrow an item, it should come back quickly, right? Clean and in the same condition. And if you broke it, you should replace it. That's what my father always told me, son. Never loan your stuff out unless you expect it to come back broken. But always remember, if you borrow something, it doesn't matter if you borrow a fingernail file, a saw from your neighbor, a lawnmower, or a car from your friend. It does not matter. If you borrow something,
and
be sure that you can repair it if it breaks on your watch. Repair to buy a new one. Don't ever borrow something that you can't repair or replace.
That's why I don't like to drive other people's car. 11.
Man, that happened to me. I borrowed a car from, and that's the thing about a car. You know, that's the thing about a car is that a lot of times you borrow a car and something goes wrong, right? Inevitably, it's just the way karma works, right? Something will go wrong, and then you'll be like, well, man, come on, that had to be going bad for the last year. That didn't just break on, you know, I didn't break that. But my father's philosophy was this: too bad you were using it at that time. You're the one who has to pay for it. Now, I don't agree 100% with that philosophy. Maybe you have a clutch that's been slipping for a year. The guy's been driving it. You happen to drive it that last day, and that's the day it goes. You be replacing a whole clutch assembly?
At least you should have it.
Man, I'm not even 100% agree with that. Man, it went out on your watch, dude. It went out on your watch, and you did not break that clutch assembly, right?
No. You did not break it, but you were using it and it broke, right? So,
but it had been going out for a year before, dude. You were driving it for a year, saying I can get another day, I can get another day, I can get another day, and that day was my day. Now I borrow a car for one day, and the clutch assembly goes out, and I'm supposed to pay for half of that? Come on.
Now, if you have to call a tow truck, who's gonna pay for the tow truck?
I'll say the tow truck would be on me for borrowing the car. The tow truck, I would say, is on me, right?
100% is on you.
Why? You shouldn't have given me a car that the clutch was going to go out at any time, dude.
You needed the car, and you came to me for the car.
You should have given me a warning. Hey, look, I'll give you the car, but you know the clutch could break at any time. You realize that?
I would probably say that. If you ask me for my car and I know something is bad with it, I will probably say, man, I'm going to give you the car, but you might have some problems with it.
You know, when I first came to Romania, I borrowed my friend's car. You know, I borrowed his car because I didn't have a car. I was flying back and forth, and I had to go to Cluj. Now, I feel a little bad. I finally told the truth after a while on this one, but he just bought this car like 2 weeks before. It was a used car, but it was a nice sports car. You know, it had all that extra sports crap in it and all the sounding and everything, blah, blah, blah. And it was a low rider and blah, blah. It was a nice car. And I borrowed his car. I said, man, I need to get to Cluj. He said, man, you can take my car. And that thing that my father told me about having to refix everything.
Yeah.
It was the first time I had been driving in Romania. So the nerves were with me and everything. And I said, you know what? I really need to get to Cluj. I need to see my son. I said, so I'm going to borrow your car. I borrowed his car, and sure as shit, I hit a curb doing like 70 kilometers an hour, busted out his entire exhaust system that went up into his gas tank, that went up, pushed his whole thing out the side. Dude, fucked his car up, man. Fucked his car up, dude. I had to get a tow truck. I had to get this. And I'm 100 miles or not miles, kilometers, 100 kilometers from where we live. The whole 9 yards, man. It was horrible. It was horrible, right? Well, he took care of the tow truck because he had a friend that did that. So he paid for that to get it back to Albioli. But I paid for the repairs to the car.
Yeah.
That cost me over €1,000 for that mistake. Now, he said to me, yeah, man, I had to pay for it like the next day too. It was like, damn, dude, you know? So, but I had to do that, but it was my fault. Why? Because the road in Cluj, it came down, you know, they were doing work on the roads at the time, right? So it had these pylons coming down and went from 2 lanes down to 1 lane. Yeah. Well, I had told him, he said, what happened, bro? I said, well, it all of a sudden came out of nowhere, these pylons, and I had to get across, and there wasn't a guy there, and I banged, and blah, 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 blah. But what really happened, was I was driving.
Wait.
Yeah, but what really happened in this case didn't have anything to do with the pylons, man. I got thirsty. And this was a lowrider car. And I was sitting there and I had one hand up and I was driving with the windows and the music. And I had water in the back. You know how you get water in the back, but it had fallen on the back floor, not in the back seat. And I had tried getting it. And I'm reaching in the back seat. And I'm driving. And finally, I took my eyes off the road. And as I did that, I turned like that to grab the water. And by the time I came back, the car went bam right into the curb, man. Right into the curb. Dude. This dude did not believe me when he said the pylons caused the situation.
Yeah,
He did not. He looked at me. He goes, "Bet." He goes, "Bet you had enough time." I said, "Yeah." I maintained that story for 10 years, 8 years, and then one day sitting around a campfire, I said, "By the way, Flo, you remember your car?"
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. And I told him the story. He said, "Yeah, I knew something was wrong." He said, that wasn't right. You didn't do that. You're too good of a driver for that." He said to me, for that to happen.
11. She's turning 12 this year, my brother.
Yeah, but I keep saying Vinay in my head. And if I don't say Vinay, I want to say Vanene.
VNA.
I keep wanting to say Vanene. I don't know why. I don't know. VNA. You know, I'm 11. I'm turning 12 this year. Well, fantastic. Thank you very much, VNA, for being a fan of our show. We do appreciate it very much. Kashmira says hello. Hello, Kashmira. Echo Drift says she is here. If you were warned there was a possibility, you take the responsibility, at least half of it. So, you know, Echo Drift's got your back. Of course, that surprises me not. She loves you more than me.
Thank you.
So return what you borrow, man, right? So bottom line, it should come back clean and quick in the same condition, but people borrow things, forget and damage them all the time, and then they make you feel like the bad guy for saying, "Hey, why did you break my stuff?" or "When can I have my stuff back?" Right? Yep. So the question I have is, should borrowing something automatically come with like a deadline or with a guarantee of like it will come back in the same condition? Do you think that should tonight we're talking about unwritten rules, you know, the rules that aren't by law, but by human nature they should be. That's what we're discussing tonight.
Well, basically when I give somebody a tool or something that I own, right? They ask to borrow it. And usually I wait for them to say, "Man, I need it for a week, I need it for a day, or I need it for 3 days." So if they don't say anything by the end of the conversation, I wait for them. If they don't say anything about when they're going to bring it back, I'm going to say, "Man, how long do you need it for?" "Well, I don't know, maybe a week, maybe a week and a half." And I go, "But listen, maximum a week and a half, because I need it as well. I have to do something with it."
Yeah, but you know you don't have no plans a week and a half. See, already you're lying. Already you're full of shit. I'm going to know you're full of shit. I need it back in a week and a half. I'm going to be like, "What do you have planned in a week and a half that you need to tell me that a week and a half?"
No, a time. Because let me tell you why. Back in when I was, I don't know, 15, 16, 18, 20, I had a group of friends, right? And we used to borrow from each other everything: hats, t-shirts, shoes, everything. It doesn't matter. Phones, it doesn't matter. The thing about us was the fact that if you borrowed from me my hat, right, I had to borrow my hat back from you. You know what I mean? I cannot take it back. I had to borrow it back from you. "Man, can I have my hat back for a week? Maybe."
Man, would you guys stop saying, "Look, Vinay's with you too, man. I thought this was a you thing, but it's not. It's a people thing." That's easy. Don't borrow out your stuff. Man, it's not borrow out your stuff. It's you borrow something or somebody loans out their stuff.
Loans. Yeah.
Loans out their stuff. You people keep using borrow when you're not supposed to use man. Unwritten rule number 1.
Don't lend your stuff. God damn.
God damn. How about do not make your problems everyone else's problem? Everybody else is kind of a problem. How about that? Is that a good unwritten rule, do you think? You know, we all have these friends that make their problems your problems. You know, for instance, research on procrastination estimates that about 20 to 25% of the general population tends to procrastinate chronically, man. So, how it should be is you should handle your responsibilities early enough that others are not forced into the panic mode to take care of it, to make sure everything's functioning properly. That's how it should be.
Yeah, but people usually procrastinate and then expect everybody to drop everything they do just to help it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and what do you think about the people? Should the people do that or no?
no, I mean, if you know you need help for, let's say, a day or two, and you wait until the last minute, man, that's on you. I can help you if I can, but that depends. If you call me on the last minute and ask for help, I would probably drop everything and help you. But not for everybody.
You don't have to be nice to me just because I'm one half of Shits and Giggles, bro.
Man,
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 man.
man, you called me once. Man, the police are here, and I was there in like 5 minutes.
I did do that. I did do that, man. I did do that. But you weren't coming to help me. You were coming to laugh and say, "What the fuck is going on here?"
What do you want me to do? Beat the police? No. Help you with translations? Yeah.
I did do that, man. I did do that. That's true. And you were there right away. So thank you very much. But when does helping somebody become enabling them? This kind of situation, for don't make your problem everybody else's problem. When do you think helping someone becomes enabling them more than helping them?
When you're helping them with something that they can do on their own. That's a problem. That's a problem. If they need help with something that they cannot take care of on their own, it's okay, help them. But if you do their work for them just because they asked for help, even though you can do it, my brother. You can
do it. I was ready to call somebody because my problem was going to make somebody else's problem there for a second. Ow, my hand hurts.
Don't you have a cloth or something?
That really hurt. That was something, dude. I thought I was going to blow a blood vessel there. I was, but I couldn't fucking stop it.
You're going to have a blister by tonight.
Yeah. I am on 2 fingers, man.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, if they ask for help with something that they can do on their own, I think that's too much.
Man, like, do you think asking someone to cut your toenails is a bad thing?
If you can do it.
What if you can't do it?
Dude, come on. Why would you ask somebody to cut your toenails?
What are you trying to say? That everybody can cut their toenails?
Like I said, if you can do it on your own, you should do it on your own. If you cannot, if you have a medical problem or a big tummy and you cannot reach down, then it's okay to ask for help.
Well, I'm not saying if I need help cutting my toenails or not, but I'm just trying to ask you what's the guidelines on that one, because I might have to think about that. Let me see what do we have going on in the chat over here, man. We've kind of let me see. Don't borrow your stuff. We're there. Let me see. Echo Drift says, if a person borrows once and doesn't return it in good time, it'll never be loaned again. Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah, that's kind of true. Nomad says, you are literally making your problem with borrow or loan everyone else's. You're literally making your problem. It's kind of true, man, right?
No, because we were speaking incorrectly, right? To borrow is to borrow, to loan is to loan. You cannot borrow something to somebody.
That's right. You can't do it. So it's correct.
Nomad, get your grammar right.
Echo Drift says it becomes habitual, and I'd say no. Go to the podiatrist. Echo Drift says no. Don't ask somebody to cut your toenails. Go to a podiatrist.
That's how we call them?
Yeah, I don't see. Echo Drift, you cut your own toenails? I highly doubt that. I don't think so. Do you cut your? I guess you must cut your own toenails, right? Who's going to do it? Man,
Yeah, I think.
I
I
can't
mean,
cut my own toenails. I do sometimes. Sometimes I can't because sometimes my belly gets in the way.
and Kashmira does that for you.
She has once or twice, but no, I basically do it 99.9% of
You,
the
you
time myself.
you're not afraid when she's there with the
Uh,
nail clipper.
yeah, yeah, man. I've always been afraid. You know, I've had it from my mother was horrible. My mother abused me as a child. You know, when I was growing up with those clippers,
I,
she used to cut the side of my fingers all the time. Every time she did it, she'd go too deep. She'd
yeah,
go
yeah,
too
yeah,
deep.
yeah, yeah,
I'd bleed under my,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd get the half. I'm missing almost half a
That's
finger, like a piece of a finger over here because of her cutting half of it off. Well, okay, it was really from a brick hammer, but I tell everybody it was because she did it
and
with the
that
claws.
that's what you do to your enemies. You cut their nails all the way to the flesh, so they
Mhm.
cannot grab anything for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. No, my mother was horrible, man. My mother was horrible when I mean, man, she was
Look,
horrible
look,
like
look,
that.
look, Echo Drift. How dare you, Marco?
How dare you? What? Well, what? You act like you're my mother, Echo Drift. You got something to say? Then contact my mother. You got something to say? Don't contact me. You know, I blame my mother for a lot of little things. Are you kidding me? I
Oh yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
oh, right. Mothers
yeah,
are to
yeah,
blame for a lot of stuff in your
for
life, man.
a lot of stuff. Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta love them because they gave you life.
But at the
So,
same time,
but at the same time, at the same time, I've got younger kids in here, so I can't really talk about what I want to talk about it sometimes. But at the same
no,
time,
no,
that
no.
same thing, Echo Drift is to blame for a few things in my life that I'm not too happy about. So, well, your father is the guy who's in charge of whether you're male or female, right? So go. He's the male is the one who's responsible for giving your X or your Y, your chromosome. They don't want. Yeah, no, I know that. You don't have to.
I don't know. That's what I
I,
was
I,
saying.
I
I
do.
cannot.
I know that the male is responsible for deciding whether you're male or female, but the female is the one who decides most of your traits. Now you can have some from your father. Don't get me wrong. You can have some, your eyes, your nose, but the female is the one that's responsible for all the sizes, huh?
The small
The
designs.
the designs, the sizes, the this and that. And yeah. A lot of times I think my mother deserves a good slap. Although I never would because I love her to death. But I love her to death. She's awesome. Uh, you know, so let me say, Echo just says I have conversations with her all the time.
Oh, well,
No,
well.
that's
Look,
not good.
like
That's not
I
good,
guess
man.
your mother are close friends, my brother.
Yeah, but that's a little psychotic, dude. It's a little psychotic if you're having conversations with her all the time. How about say what you mean? How about that for an unwritten rule? A
Mm.
workplace, like for instance, a workplace communication study reported that 87% of employees waste an average of 5 hours per week clarifying unclear messages. Five
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
just trying to clear messages up. How it should be actually is people should communicate clearly instead of hinting and testing and playing emotional guessing games on you in the first place. They should just speak their mind, talk what they're saying, and be clear originally. And you shouldn't have to waste this time. That's how it should be.
Yeah, but at the same time, for example, a small example, a lot of people when you see him, you go like, "Hey, my brother, how you doing?" And he goes like, "I'm fine," even though you can clearly see on him that he's way far from fine.
You know what? Do you know what
And he's
fine
right
really stands
here.
for?
What?
You know what fine really actually stands for?
Okay, tell me.
FINE. Fine. Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. So when
Ooh,
somebody
then
says
they're
they're
not
fine,
lying.
yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
lying.
So when somebody says they're fine, take their word for it.
and
Take
and
their word for it.
and usually this happens. I have another example, but usually this happens to the females when you ask them if they're upset, and they say no. Instead of explaining what's happening, you have to go down a rabbit hole and study the past 24, 48 hours. Why could she be upset? Or, you know,
Are you
instead of
hating on the women? Are you hating on the women, bro?
no, but it happened to me a lot of times,
And only with women.
only with women. Yeah. That's why I give it as a.
If it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, you know.
It must be a duck. It's a real life experience that I had, so I have to give it as an example.
Well, do you think indirect communication is a sign of immaturity, fear, or habit? Which one would you say it is if you had to guess or take a pick? Immaturity, fear, or habit? I think lack of communication is both immaturity and fear, not habit. I think it's immaturity and fear. I think people who don't directly communicate, for instance, most times in relationships,
Yes, yes.
I'm going to say it's immaturity when it comes from husband, wife, or brothers, sisters, or husband and wives, or girlfriend, boyfriends. I'm going to say it's immaturity. If you're talking about like kids to their parents or students to their teachers, I think it's not immaturity. I think it's fear.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes between two adults, it's about immaturity. When it comes between kids and adults, it's about fear,
Yeah.
or even the fear of some adults to adults, that fear of losing a job or something. They don't communicate properly. But I think basically that all comes down to immaturity, in my opinion.
Yeah, it could be. I cannot fight you on this one because I don't have. I don't know. I kind of think the same. The way you explain it right now, it sounds good, but I'm still a
Because it
shashasha.
is good, bro.
I'm a
'Cause it is good.
shashasha with immaturity. I think it could be something else.
Let me ask you a question. If I say because it is good again, you're going to go, it's a sha again?
No.
Because every time I said it is good, you said it's a sha. It is good. It's a sha. It is good. It's a sha. You did that every time.
Yeah, when it comes to immaturity, I think it could be something else between two adults, not immaturity, because somebody can be a very very established person, but at the same time having problems communicating with his significant other or something like that.
Echo Drift thinks it's fear. Adults
Yeah.
expect you to be able to read minds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
disagree.
impossible. That's impossible. I'm not saying impossible. Maybe it's possible, and we do not know how to do it. But no, if somebody expects me to read their mind, it's on them, not on me, for not getting the right answer.
Man, I think there's a confusion going on there with what I think there's a confusion going on when Echo Drift says adults expect you to read minds. I don't think that's the case. What I do think is that I think adults expect you to use common sense and logic. And I think that's where a lot of miscommunication goes on. Now, you can debate the fact, should you be so vague when you're speaking?
No, never.
Should you be so vague that it has to be interpreted to put onto the other person to use common sense and logic? Because now, if that's you expecting that, right, then you're being too vague in your communication style in the first place. You should be clear enough for that person to understand it simply. But I think that whole thing that Echo Drift is saying, that adults expect you to be able to read minds, I think that comes down to more of, no, I think they expect you to use some common sense and logic.
Yeah, when it comes to common sense. When it comes to common sense.
When it comes to common sense.
I do this, I find myself doing this quite a lot, and I'll give you an example. Like, I will tell you or somebody, man, pass me that thing from over there.
Right.
What thing from over where? You know? But I do that quite a lot.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Now, here's where I get upset, okay? Because I'm not going to be randomly, I'm not going to sit here and be talking, hey, this pistachio nut feels good. You know, this pistachio nut tastes good and everything. And, you know, hey, this is working out great. Hey, by the way, give me the thing over there. I'm not, and be expecting you to hand me, you know,
exactly what you want.
A card deck. You know, I'm not expecting that, you know, and this kind of thing, that's ridiculous, right? But if we're talking about nuts, and where I'm talking about pistachio nuts and you're talking about walnuts, and I say, yo, hand me that over there, and over there is a fucking nutcracker. I expect you to use your fucking common sense. We're talking about nuts.
Yeah,
get the goddamn nutcracker. Don't grab a fucking blender and go, hey.
How about if next to the nutcracker is a pliers, some pliers?
They work too. Get the pliers. You can open a walnut with it. Man, That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I mean, you can use a context, as adults. Now we're speaking about adults now. We're not
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about kids to kids or kids to adults. We're talking about adults. As adults, you kind of know the context in which you're speaking in. And I
yeah.
am one of these people who are guilty that I expect you to use a little common sense and logic when we're talking about something. Man, if I ask for something, you go, what? And I'm like, man, what were we just talking about for the last 2 hours? What? No, that goes right through me, man. That goes right through me. I can't stand it. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that's on me, right? Sometimes I'm the guy who feels like a real jerk
Yeah, I
because
mean, it's easier to say, pass me the pliers from over there. And you point.
right. I mean that's the thing. I mean that's the thing that makes me feel bad. What's so hard about being specific? Pass me the pliers from over there.
Yeah.
But then you get the ones that go, well, what are the pliers? And fucking pick up scissors. And what do you do with that? What do you do with that?
That's not on you anymore. That's on them for not knowing what pliers are.
Oh, why? Should everybody know what pliers are?
If you're 18 or older, you should know what pliers are.
What does Echo Drift say here? I didn't read that. She says that take each other for granted. They're afraid they will start a fight. And for once, I back Joey. For once. Mighty whitey, you Echo Drift. Mighty whitey, you.
Joey.
Yeah. When a woman says fine, usually they expect. Thank you very much. Usually they expect you should know what they have on their minds.
Yeah. They usually expect, but like we said before, we are not mind readers. So if you're upset about something, I think we can resolve the problem a lot faster
clarity.
and easier with communication.
Exactly. How about do not embarrass people in public? Would you say this is one of those unwritten laws in life? There's a time and a place for everything kind of situation. Don't embarrass. For instance, in 2024, a workplace bullying and harassment did a study. APA, the American Psychiatric Association, did a study, and 31.4% of the respondents who reported mistreatment identified humiliation as one of the most common types of workplace harassments. Humiliation. How it should be is correct to criticize people privately when possible, not humiliate them.
Yeah, but usually nowadays, if somebody makes a small mistake or says something wrong on a group or outside, usually somebody finds a way to humiliate that person publicly in front of everybody for what he said or what he does, And I don't know why, but I guess they feel superior, maybe.
I think that's it. I think they get on people who humiliate people or harass them or yell at them or discipline them, all those kind of things. I think the people who do that in public are people who are on ego trips. They're on power trips, so to speak.
Yeah, just to show themselves, I'm so much smarter than you, or I'm like this. Babe, if you have something to say, take him aside and say, babe, you were wrong on that one.
Well, my question is, do you think public criticism is ever justified? That would be the question I ask on this. Echo just says definitely in private only.
Yeah.
Wait and discuss it later. And Joey's pouch was not doing it for him anymore. We made a deal, Nomad. We made a deal. We would not do this until after 30 minutes, and we actually waited till 35 minutes. 36 minutes. Yeah. So but we can't go 2 hours with nothing. So
in some cases, now I saw a couple of examples. I was a witness to something like that. If you tell somebody, man, stop doing that. For example, you tell your son, man, pick up after yourself, keep your room clean and stuff like that. And he doesn't. And one day he has a friend over and you say, hey, go play in your room. And he says, no, we're going to play in the kitchen or somewhere else because he knows his room is messy.
Okay.
With a friend, close, you might say, no, man, no, Go play. It's your room. However it is, it's your room. It doesn't matter if it's messy, make him a little bit aware of the fact that, man, this is why you keep your room clean. So you can have friends over and not be embarrassed.
This is a child.
Hey,
This is a child.
With a friend, not 10 friends. With a close friend.
But that's with a child.
Even with adults, for example, like
Okay, you're at the workplace and you make a mistake. Your boss
Yeah.
told you about this thing 5 times. Told you
Yeah.
about it 3 or 4 times in private. Okay.
Yeah.
And the 5th time you make the same mistake. All right.
Yeah.
And enough is enough because he's hearing it from his boss as well. He's
Yeah.
hearing is there ever justified that because he's talked to you privately, for instance, 3 or 4 times about it,
Yeah.
you haven't changed? Don't you think that kind of changes the equation a little bit? Where
Yeah,
now he should kind of publicly humiliate you a little bit to make you feel the shame?
Yeah, well, basically it's the same thing like I said with the child. As long as you were warned 3, 4, 5 times, man, be careful of that. And you do the same mistake over and over again, I think the boss is allowed to tell you in front of your co-workers, man, stop doing the same mistakes. This is the 5th time.
I think so too. I think I agree with you. I agree with you. There's not a just cause for it for the first 1 to 3 times.
Yeah.
I agree. The first couple times you should take that privately, never in public, regardless. And I feel the same way with a husband and a wife, by the way. This isn't about just workplace. This is about anybody. The 15 unwritten rules we're talking about is about anybody. It's not just about workplaces. Do not embarrass people in public, right? So I think that also goes for your husband if you're a husband and wife. My position is this. Even if me as the husband, even if my wife is wrong about something, okay, I feel it's my responsibility to, at the minimum, keep my mouth shut if I know she's wrong, at the minimum.
Yeah.
And at the best case scenario, get her back at the moment.
Yeah.
At the moment. Then when we get home, chastise the shit out of her.
Oh, yeah.
What was wrong with you? That was wrong. You shouldn't have done that. But in the privacy, but in public,
have her
I either keep my mouth shut or I get her back. One of the two. But I don't get on her about that. I mean, that's relationship and work, right? I think that's I don't think you should really do that stuff in public, in my opinion.
Especially when it comes to family, wife and
it does. Listen, man, we are halfway through our content tonight, man. And after we're done, we have our first trivia of June, man. We start June off. A very big congratulations to Vinay Skuman, who's over in our chat this evening. A very, very big congratulations to her for winning May's trivia. And she has got a gift heading her way. Just got it out in the mail today. A prize for her. I just got it out in the mail today. So she should be receiving that. And she's from South Africa, right? So she should be receiving that in about 2 weeks or so. Mail, it's slow. What can I tell you, man? We do the best we can, right? So it is what it is. But we do start the new trivia this week, tonight. We start our new trivia after we're done with our content. The trivia does pertain to everything we spoke about tonight. If you pay attention to our content, if you hear what we have to say, all the answers are there. And when you win the trivia night by night, you come up and join us on Sunday nights, man. You come up here on stage and join us if you'd like. Anytime you'd like. We talk about whatever you'd like. So you got something to say, my brother? We're about halfway through, and then we're gonna
share, like, subscribe, share it to your worst enemy if you don't like it, and don't forget to smash the bell icon so you'll get notified every time we post something new or we go live. You will be the first to know.
It goes a long way if you hit the subscribe. It's free for you, and it means everything to us, man. It helps us grow a little bit. We make no money at this point, but we're growing, man. We're growing. Hey, you see that QR code up in front? If you scan that with your telephone, that'll bring you to our website. It's Not Okay TV, where you got polls, you got music videos, you got albums, you got music, you got all kinds of stuff there. You can keep track of our leaderboard. What's that?
And our story.
And our story about me and Milo. Yeah, about me and Milo. You got all of that stuff there. So scan that code. Go over and check out itsnotokaytv.com. How about match the energy of the situation, my brother? For instance, the APA, the American Psychiatric Association, as I've mentioned several times, found that 30% of adults experience loneliness at least once a week, while 10% of them said they felt lonely every single day. I mean, that's the real thing. So should you match the energy of the situation you're in? How it should be, for instance, when I'm talking about that, know when to joke, when to listen, when to be serious, and when to step back. Just know your role at the moment.
Man, yeah, yes, but there are people that try to be funny when it's really not the time to be funny. For example, if somebody is going through a tough time, they pick on him and try to make it fun, even though he's already devastated. And he
Yeah.
doesn't need that. You know what I mean? But a lot of people bring the wrong attitude in at the wrong time, and it happens. It happens to a lot of us. You
It
know.
does. It does. But do you think that when we talk about matching the energy, do you think it's about reading the room with common sense, or do you think it's a social skill? For instance, people have to learn as they go through life, or is it just something innate born in us that we can there's certain people that can read other people better?
Man, I think it's more of a character issue because you can go through life and be a jackass till your last day. It's not about something you learn, it's something that you are inside, in my opinion.
Man,
I don't know.
man, I don't know. I think hard times and hard knocks and the way people treat you, man, can turn a good person into a jackass.
It's very possible. It's very possible. I mean, you can be a good person and you get double crossed on each corner, then you probably turn into a bad person as well because you had enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think so, man. Husband or wife should never embarrass one another. This is discussed at home.
yeah,
Vinay says that's true, Echo Drift.
yep,
And she also says that social skills is the thing that gives us this matching the energy kind of situation.
yeah. But
You
some
know,
people lack the social skills.
I I think it's something that man, I consider now I don't know. I consider myself somebody who can read a room pretty good.
Yeah,
I consider myself. I'm not. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's wrong. I'm just telling you how I view myself. I think I'm a person who can read somebody's attitude, can read a room when to shut up, when to joke, when not to play, when things are bad, when thing. I think I can read a room pretty good, and I would have to say that's something that I don't think. I think that's something that comes into common sense and something that's learned through life, like what we're speaking about tonight, the 15 unwritten rules, of life, and I think this is part of those unwritten rules that I've just learned through the years, by trial and error, being wrong when I should have been right, or saying the wrong things when I should have shut up, or shutting up when I should have spoke up. I think these are things you just learn without ever learning it, without ever saying, but that was a teachable moment. I think you just went home, you forgot about it, you did your day, you went through your life, but the next time you were crossed with that kind of situation or that kind of attitude, something inside of your brain just said, "Man, I remember this." But you don't actively think that. I think it's an innate learned thing, learned uh, skill, if you will,
yeah.
a skill, if you will. Man, I Echo Drift finally disagrees with you, Milo. Finally, she
I,
disagrees
I,
with you.
I have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed right now, but well, it is what it is.
They could learn if they choose to try, she says. That's what she
Yes,
says.
yes, I'm with you, but I do not understand why they don't learn.
You don't get it, right?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I've been in situations where somebody had to make a bad joke at the worst possible time, and for the life of me, I don't get it. Why? I mean, it's like you said, it's common sense.
Man, I think common sense is an underrated thing. We did a special a couple
Yes,
of
we
weeks
did.
ago about common sense is it dying, where we covered some of the things about common sense and human nature and stuff like that. And I got to tell you, I found that a little bit interesting because I really do think that common sense is something that humans had for many, many years. That's why we grew. That's why we evolved the way we did. And that's
Yeah,
why we got to the places we got because we used common sense. But I do also think that common sense is something that's been leaving humanity for the last 15 years, 20 years. I think it's just something that I just think it's for so many different reasons, for so many different reasons. How about Another rule would be do not give advice you would never follow. You know, uh, a psychtest.com, at psychtest.com, for instance, a study reported that 71% of the people who frequently gave unsolicited advice admit they know it is annoying, but continue to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, how it should be is advice should come from honesty and experience or real thought. It shouldn't come from somebody just wanting to be heard or throwing something out there because they think it's the right thing. It should be from honesty, experience, or real thoughts. That's where advice should come from, right?
Yes, and everybody has an opinion on something. I mean, you will find people telling you to quit your job or leave a relationship or even take a risk that they're not willing to take themselves, you know. And some people will give you some very bold advices from the safety of not being in the place of losing everything
And
or
not having to
suffering
face the consequences, for
Yeah,
instance, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's a big thing. That's a big thing right there. When people don't actually know the consequences, they're very eager to put that out there, right?
yes, but at the same time, me personally, I see advices from a different perspective. Because if I'm in a situation and people around me give me advices, by if I open up and say, "Man, I have this problem and I'm trying to fix it," and they might say, "Man, you should do this, or you should do that, or you should go there, or you should ask that person, or you should talk with that person." The thing is that I do not take their advices. I analyze them because they might see something that I don't see. And that's going to help me.
Yeah. Echo just says better not to give advice unless truly asked. I find that I can't say I'm not that person who never gives advice. I do give advice,
Yeah.
but
I think everybody gives
I try
advice.
not to.
I think everybody gives advices, even if they want to or they don't. I think it's it's in us. If somebody says, "Man, I don't know how to fix that," for some reason, you say, "Man, did you try that?"
Yeah, well, that is the truth, and here's the difference. Like when I say I tend to give advice, okay, it's like I just said, don't give advice you would never follow. That's the important part. You would never follow. When I give advice to somebody, I give advice for something I've either been through, done, would do, have done, or would consider doing. It's not something I would not give somebody advice and not do it. I have the same philosophy. It's not really advice, but I have the same philosophy because I have been a boss my whole life, one way or another, either a
Yeah.
manager, or a boss, or an owner of a company or something. I mean, that's just the way that life has given to me because I've always worked hard, right? So I've always had employees under me, and my employees have always, I don't mean to say, I don't mean to brag or anything. I'm not trying to be braggadocious, but my employees have always come to me and said, "You are a good boss." And the one reason that I can attribute that to is a simple philosophy I have. I won't ever ask an employee or somebody who's working for me or with me or to help me or anything. I will never ask somebody to do something that I
Yes.
am not
Yeah.
willing or
To do
have
yourself.
done myself. I
Yes.
will never do
Yes.
that. Never.
100%. Yes.
100%. I will never just, I mean, yes, I will give employees and I'll give people the hard job, but that's because I've earned the right not to do that hard job. That's because
Yeah.
I'm paying you to do that hard job because I have been there. I have done that. Now, if you don't show up for work because you're sick, guess who's going to do that hard job? Me.
You.
I'm going to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So I never ask anybody to do something that I won't do, including advice. So
Yeah.
I think should advice be ignored if the person giving it does not live by it? Is the question I'm asking.
No.
Do you think
No.
it should be ignored if the
No.
person giving it doesn't live by it?
No.
No,
No. No. For
you don't think
example,
so?
no, I don't think so. Because I might give you an advice that could make you a millionaire. For example, it could make you a millionaire, but I'm not willing to take it because I'm not that courageous when it comes to finances or stuff like that. But I know for a fact that it will work. And I give you
How,
that advice because I know you have more guts
how
to
can
do
you
it.
know how could you know for a fact something will work without trying it? Without knowing firsthand, how do you know for a fact? You got a crystal ball?
No, 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 no.
Well, then how do you know for a fact?
it's an
No,
example.
don't fucking blow me off.
An
How do you know for a
example.
fact?
It's an
Yeah, you're giving
example.
an example, and I'm questioning your example.
Okay.
You got $1 million idea. You know for a fact it'll work, but you don't have the courage to do it, but
Yeah.
you know somebody else will do it. How
Yeah.
do you know that's $1 million idea? Because you think so?
Man, if it's proven and it could work, I would give that advice to somebody. If you ask me, man, I want to start a business,
Yeah.
and I don't know what to do, and I would say, man, washing windows. My brother tried it and it works. Is that bad advice because I'm not doing it?
But it, in a way, yes. In a way, yes.
Why? It
Because
works for
just
you.
because something shot, it worked for
Works
you.
for you.
But just because it works for somebody doesn't mean it'll work for somebody else. Just because it worked in a certain location doesn't mean it'll work in that location. Just because it
Yes.
worked at that time of year doesn't mean it'll work in that time of year. Do you understand my point?
And what's the bad? Where is the bad if for me telling somebody in Alba Iulia, for example, telling somebody that you have a window washing business and it works? Where's the bad in it? Because I don't see it.
To
If
who?
they- What was the question?
To who's not the bad?
To the person that receives the advice.
Okay. My brother, why would you do that to your brother and put competition against him?
Well, competition is everywhere, my brother.
Why would
You
you do
might-
that to
you
me,
might-
man? Why would you do
you-
that to me? One way or
might-
the other, you're wrong with doing this, right?
No. Well, should I tell him to do something else? I'm
Oh,
giving
I'm
him
just-
a good advice.
Let's see what someone of the people over here. Let's see what Chad has to say. Echo Drift now agrees with my wishy-washy.
Yes,
She's
thank
that's
you,
a
Echo
fe-
Drift. Thank you,
that's
thank
a
you.
Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. She's a female, dude. She's a female. Don't get too excited. She changes her mind. Never eat pineapple colored snow. Always good advice. Yep, definitely good advice there. Let me see. Never look straight into the sun. You know, I have done that.
Me too.
I have done during an eclipse when I was told specifically not to do that.
During full blast sun on an open sky.
Yeah, I have done that. That pretty stupid stuff, but I have done that. But I still can see. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Now, here's one of those things. Never look the gift horse in the mouth. Why not? Why not? Why not? What's wrong? Is the horse going to spit on you? I could never understand that saying.
Don't bitch about the mouth of the horse if it's a gift.
That's true.
You can look, but don't bitch about it.
Never show your toe if you have athlete's foot. Very, very, very good advice. Now, could you do this next one, please?
This one.
Yeah.
Vianney said,
Thank you.
Never put your face in a crocodile's mouth. It's
Now,
very good advice.
I'm not sure about that. I think I would find that kind of exhilarating. So long as the crocodile was dead.
What if a branch falls on the crocodile's head?
No,
And you-
sincerely, have you ever wondered what it's like to put your face into a crocodile's face?
Never.
You never wondered?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. VNA, forte, but very, very good advice, VNA. Very, very good advice. Absolutely. Yeah. The more I thought about it, the more I'm thinking, man, that would be kind of exciting. No, it really wouldn't. Why? No, it really wouldn't. She has 100% right there. Why would you not do it? Let me see. Don't play. Everybody has a lot of advice, boys. You see this unwritten rule. Nobody wants to listen to it. Our chat just is like, they're like, oh, screw you with your unwritten rules, bro. No, we're going to give you all the advice in the world. Look at them.
Yep.
Don't play leapfrog with a unicorn. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't play. Are you wondering what that means?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
my
know.
brother.
I don't
You know what a unicorn is, right?
Yeah, the horse with the horn.
You know what leapfrog is, don't you?
No.
Okay, that's where you lost. That's where someone bends over and you jump over and you jump over them.
Oh, that's how it's called?
Yeah, leapfrog. That's called leapfrog. Well,
Okay,
don't do it with a unicorn. Very, very good advice.
We used to play that in school a lot.
Yeah. Don't test the depth of water with both feet. Boy, I've never been given so much advice in my life right here. That person may not have the social skills to be successful. Here's another one. Don't iron clothes while you are wearing them. Nah, nah.
If it's one of those with the steam, I think you can do it.
Yeah, do you know how I iron clothes? As a single man, I learned this a long time ago. If I'm going to wear something out this day or tonight or tomorrow, the next day, I take my stuff, I put it on a hanger, I put it into the bathroom when I'm taking a shower because I take hot showers, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. I just put it in the bathroom. It straightens itself out the next day. Ironing done, man. Ironing done. So that's the single man's way of ironing. Never use a chainsaw to cut your toenails. Sometimes chainsaws are required, brother. Never insult an alligator until you cross the river. Nah, VNA. But what if the crocodile was alive? Well, yeah.
Don't do it.
Your first advice was right, VNA. Don't do it. Just don't do it, man. How about own your mistakes, my brother? Here's another one of those rules in life that we should just understand that nobody teaches us in school. You know, these things we're talking about today, in my opinion, the things that we're speaking about tonight are things that, you know, as a parent to two boys, I have gotten to this conversation with one of them who's an older one, 22, 23, 24-year-old son, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 23. And my younger son is 10 and a half, right? And I've had this conversation with both of them. You know, I am their friend, but before I am their friend, I am their parent.
Mm-hmm.
And my job in this life is not to be their friend. My job in this life is to teach them right from wrong, teach them the unwritten rules of life, the things that the schools don't teach them, the things that the jobs don't. No, there's no yes, but. There's no yes, but. There's no yes, but, dude.
Yes, but don't you know that people learn more from their friends? You should be their friend.
No, that's where you get peer pressure. That's where you get wrong. That's where you learn street smarts. That's where you learn that.
You should go undercover when you try to teach him something.
Triker, come here. Am I your friend or am I your parent first?
Friend.
I'm sorry? I'm your friend first? You don't think I'm your parent first? You don't think that I tell you and teach you the right ways to do things and the bad things to do things, for the right and wrong ways of doing things? You don't think I discipline you properly first?
Oh, no.
I do, right? You think I teach you right from wrong before I'm your friend? And do I tell you, have I told you from time to time, I am not your friend? I'm your parent first, or am I your friend? Yeah. So Triker here has a little bit of discrepancy. He says I'm a little bit more his friend than I am his parent, which means that I need to be a little rougher on Triker.
No.
Which means I need to be a little meaner to Triker. No. Well, let me see. What do we have? What do we have over here in the Never Across an L? I love Echo Drift. Definite C. Let me see. Definitely, many parents do not teach all of these things. Learn from the school of hard knocks. That's what Nomad says. Yeah, well, you know what? I kind of say, like I say, I think a parent's job is to teach them what we're speaking about tonight. These things that we're speaking about tonight is a parent's job.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
It doesn't matter if you talk with your son from a friend perspective or from a parent perspective.
Right.
As long as he gets the point, it doesn't matter.
Well, I am my son is my best friend. I am my son's best friend, right? And that's true. That's true. But I also think that best friends. Sorry, Robert, you're my second best friend. Hey, Robert, where's Negru Spune? Is he still here? He's not here anymore. Oh well. Milo, I got my boy Negru Spune was here earlier. Yeah, and that's my best friend, you know. And that guy, he's there. You go. Hey Negru. What that picture looks a lot like you.
Different hat, man. I think that guy is lying in his picture. I think that picture was taken like 20 years ago.
Man, I'm just trying to say, how about own your mistakes? That's another one.
all the time. You should own your mistakes no matter what.
You think so? You should always own them no matter what. You know, one workplace accountability study, for instance, found that 82% of participants said they either try but fail to hold others accountable or avoid it altogether. You know, how it should be in this world is when you mess up, admit it, fix what you can and learn from it, move on, and don't make that mistake again. That's how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be. But you see, people forget, let's say, important things, important tasks. And then they come up with an excuse like, oh, nobody reminded me. You know, like people blame circumstances and other people or even bad luck from time to time
Yeah,
for
they do.
something that they should take responsibility for. Man, I forgot to show up, my bad. I forgot, my bad, you know?
I agree.
Instead of saying, oh, my alarm clock didn't went off, or my phone died in the middle of the night, or, you know, my bad.
Some important task or something they got to do, and then they just forgot, and they say, "Well, nobody reminded me."
Yeah,
Take responsibility for yourself, that kind of thing, right?
yeah,
I
exactly.
hated that when people would say, "Man, my clock didn't go off. I didn't do this." And don't get me wrong, sometimes, especially in modern day world, with this, you know, back we had the old ring clocks. It didn't rely on electricity. It didn't rely on, you know, technology. But once in a while, it does happen. I get that. It happens.
And to be honest with you, even if your phone dies in the middle of the night, the way
Right.
the phones are made, even if the phone is turned off, the alarm is gonna ring, at least on my phone.
It's because you got a good phone. That's because you got a nice phone. What can I tell you, man? Can I tell you? I've never put mine to the study. If it's out of battery, it's not going to ring.
Oh yeah, with the small amount of battery is gonna. You should do a test.
I will not, because then I will be late, and I refuse to be late. That brings us
No,
back to
no.
our number 3 or number 4 that we saw. But my question to this one is, if you have to own your mistakes, right?
Yeah.
You know, I have someone in my life, without mentioning any names.
Yes.
Without mentioning any names, there's somebody in my life who refuses to ever say they were wrong.
Yeah.
In 15, 20 years, they refuse to say they're wrong. I've known this person for that long, and never, not once have they ever been wrong. So my question is, why do people struggle so much to simply say, "Hey, I was wrong. Let me do better"?
It's
Why
either
why are people like that?
it's either ego. It's either because of their ego, they will never be wrong.
Yeah.
It's either because they consider themselves too good to be wrong, or they consider everybody else stupid. If you do something wrong and you say, no, I did not, even though you know you did, you consider the other person a little bit cuckoo, asking him to believe you.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. I mean, I think I'm the kind of person who has actually said I'm sorry too many times in his life, right? I'm the kind of person who says I'm sorry to keep the peace. I'm the kind of person who says I'm sorry when it really doesn't matter too much to me, because, you know, hey, you know what? Call me the bad guy. As Tony Montana from Scarface would say good night to the bad guy. You all need a bad guy like me to feel good about yourselves.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm the kind of guy who would do that. You know what I mean? My bad. Say good, you know, call me the bad guy if that makes you feel better. That's kind of how I am, you know, unless it really affects my life. But, you know, I know a few people who are like this, and it does go right through me. It does. I got to admit, it goes right through me that they never admit that they're wrong, that they can't admit anything. And I always wonder why that is. What causes that personality in a person?
Well, Nomad says it's either ego
Where's Nomad
or
saying that?
it's, I highlighted it.
Oh, you
Huh?
did. I unhighlighted it. Okay.
It's ego or embarrassment.
It's ego or embarrassment.
It could be embarrassment as well. If you admit you were wrong, maybe because of embarrassment, you might say no.
I would find I think some people think when they admit that they're wrong, they think that they're weak. They're admitting weakness.
Even that. Yeah. Because
But I don't think saying I'm wrong is a sign of weakness. I think it's a sign of strength, actually. When you
Yes,
can admit when you're
but-
wrong about something, that's a
yes,
sign of
but-
strength, not weakness.
yes, but admitting that you're wrong fights against your ego.
Hey, hello, Marion. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. I didn't say hello to Marion. Glad to have you over here, Marion. Glad you could join us tonight. Hey, anybody else out there, feel free to join us in the chat. Give us your thoughts. Tell us what you think. We're going to recognize you. We're going to tell you. We're going to say it. We're going to debate with you. If you're out there in the shadows, join us over here in chat. Tell us what you got to say. Marion, hey, he said, hey. I don't know what hey means.
Yeah, hey,
Echo just says she agrees. I guess she agrees with us, man, that it shows a sign of strength to
Yep.
admit when you're wrong sometimes. You know
Yep,
what I mean? So anyway, that one is that. So tonight we're talking about the 15. We are down to number 11, brother. We're getting to the end of it, which we have trivia at the end of this. We have our first trivia of June coming up. So let's get ahead and get done with these last 4 or 5. We got 15 of life's unwritten rules and how parents should teach you this. Life should teach you this, but no schools will teach you this. And nobody's going to come teach you this. These are the things you need to learn yourself and learn on your own. How about well, we already did that one. How about do not waste food, money, or help?
yes,
You know, for instance, the USDA estimates that 30 to 40% of US food supply, which is a lot, is wasted. You know, so people should appreciate resources, especially when others work to provide them. That's how it should be.
yeah,
But that's
yeah,
not how it is.
no, because a lot of people take things for granted, until they lose them. That's when they realize. Well, for example, some people may order too much food while they're complaining about not having enough money,
Yep.
and the next day they throw half of that food away. Now,
They
why
do
would
that.
you buy so many food if you are complaining about money?
It doesn't make sense, right?
It doesn't make sense.
My mother would tell me all the time growing up. I don't know if you ever heard this, man. Eat all your food. There's children in Africa starving. I said, well,
Yeah.
man, they shouldn't live in Africa. They should move somewhere else. They should move somewhere else. But she would not let me waste my food. She would make me eat everything.
Yeah. My mother used to do the same. Used to say the same thing.
Did she really? Now you see,
Yeah.
when I try, that's the thing about generations, and that's the thing that we talked about a couple of weeks ago is the generational difference. You know, I sit here and I say to my 10.5-year-old, man, this is your food, eat it. His mother, who's a millennial, there's quite a difference between me and his mother. You know, his mother, who's a millennial, will be like, well, if you don't like that, what else would you like me to make?
Yeah.
And I'm completely against that. I'm like, man, he will eat what we meet. He will eat what we make. No,
Yep.
if he doesn't, he can go hungry for the night. I guarantee you tomorrow he'll eat what we make.
Yeah, I mean, we used to do the same thing. We had to eat if we liked it or not. That was the food prepared. Man, if you like it, you eat. If you don't, you don't. I'm not gonna make something else just for you.
What? Unless you're going to make liver and onions or something, then I'm going to tell my wife, no, you need to make a second meal for me and for me and our son. Yeah, no, I'm not doing liver and onions.
Now see, when you're involved, there must be something. That's not fair, my brother.
man. So my question is: are wasteful habits caused more by privilege or carelessness? That's what I would have to ask you, basically.
Privilege.
By privilege.
By privilege, 100%.
Wasteful food is by privilege. Yeah, 100%. I'm with you that way too. Let me see. Nomad says, also, if you admit you are wrong, then people will always think you are wrong. So fear could also be part of that equation.
No, nobody.
No, not at all.
Think you're wrong all the time if you admit you were wrong on one case.
No. So Nomad, are you one of these guys who don't admit that they're wrong? You don't admit that you're wrong because you're afraid people are going to think that you're wrong all the time? Or is that how you are, Nomad? I honestly don't know. I'm asking you. You know what? Let me see. Echo Drift agrees. Agree with who? Echo Drift with Nomad or with? You need to be a little bit more specific, Echo Drift, so we understand what you're getting at. No, I am just giving possibilities. He's just giving possibilities.
Okay.
Well, okay. I wish he had said something else so I could say, see, you're wrong. See how he responded. But
that's
he didn't.
A little bit stretching it, Nomad. That's a little bit stretching it. People thinking that you're wrong all the time if you admit you were wrong once.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's stretching it a little bit too. So,
Oh, she
she,
agrees with us.
no, she agrees with me. Oh, but you agree with me too, so she agrees with us. She
Yes.
forgot the S. She forgot the S. How about, man, we got down to our last four here before our trivia. Respect the boundaries without taking it personally. Do you think that's another one, respecting people's boundaries?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
a survey on boundaries found that nearly 3 in 5 Americans, or 58% if you want to put it that way, said they have trouble saying no to others. All right. You know, for instance, it should be something like when someone says no, I need space, or sets a limit to something, or I don't want to do that, or that should be respected. You know, that's how it should be, and people should appreciate that about another person's
Yeah, but
space.
yep, yeah, but a lot of people treat boundaries like rejection or disrespect. You know,
Disrespect, more
yeah,
like disrespect. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
For example, if somebody calls me out to go out tonight, and I say,
Okay.
"But I'm not gonna do it because I have things to do in the morning," they get offended.
They do. They start calling
Yeah,
you names. They start
yeah,
calling you
yeah,
a pussy. They start
yeah,
calling you
yeah, yeah.
old. They start calling. Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you mean.
Instead of accepting the fact that I just cannot make it because I have things to do in the morning.
Which is called responsibility.
Exactly. I
Well,
had I
so
had I had a friend, actually not a friend, my cousin. I had my cousin call me at 7 o'clock in the morning to go out and have beers.
Flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me with him, man. Yeah. I've had your cousin show up at my door at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, what you doing, bro? And I'm like, man, he's sleeping, dude. So that does not surprise me at all, dude. Why do some people see boundaries as an insult? I would have to ask you, really.
Dude, I cannot explain it because I'm I'm the type of person that if I call you and ask you, man, can you pick me up from there, or can you come out tonight and have a drink together? If you say no, I'm not gonna ask why. I'm not gonna pressure. I'm gonna say, okay, okay, it's enough. If you say no once, I'm not gonna try to ask again.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I agree. Well, Echo Drift says that's their problem. It shows a lack of self. I don't know, self what? Self respect, self esteem, self control. What was self of what?
I would say a lack of respect.
Well, she says they're insecure.
Uh,
Mm,
I, I,
The question was, should we respect boundaries without taking it, too personally?
yeah. I think you should respect them 100%.
I
100%.
think so too. How
If
about
they
do not
say
talk?
no,
Oh, I'm sorry.
if they say no, just say okay next time.
All right. How about do not talk about loyalty while being unreliable? The Pew research, let me tell you what I'm talking about. The Pew research, for instance, found that 8% of US adults so they have no close friends. Okay. But 53% say they have between 1 and 4 close friends. The way it should be in this life is loyalty should show through actions, consistency, and trust. That's how it should show as a friend, but it's often different.
Yeah, because more often you see people talk about loyalty, but at the same time, they just vanish
Yeah, yeah.
when loyalty is needed. I mean,
When it
somebody,
matters the most. Yeah,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, somebody can call you call themselves your friend, and they're gonna be there for you no matter what, but never answer when you call them and need something. That's nah.
Well, do you think loyalty is proven more in a big moment or a small everyday action? Which, I mean, if you're talking about the loyalty and being there, which one do you think is more, the big moment or the everyday action?
And I think both
I think
matter.
it's every day. I think it's about every day.
Yeah, both matter. I mean, like you said, on a daily basis, of course, but even the big moments, because the big moments can ruin you, and that's when you really need a friend. I mean,
No,
you
that's when you call your best friend. That's when you call your best friend. When you've been ruined, when you have that day that's been ruined, that's when you call your best friend, right? That's when you call the guy or the girl you know will never let you go. Will never let you down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I have a problem with that a little bit too, because why is it that you always call the people that matter the most to you when things are the hardest, but you call them the least amount of times when the things are the best? I mean, that's kind of a standard thing that happens in most relationships.
Yeah.
Now, for you and me, it's a bit different, right? Because you're going to call me when you're feeling down or when things are bothering you, or I might pull it from you, even though it's like a fucking dentist pulling a fucking broken tooth out of an alligator. I'm going to get it from you, right? With an open mouth.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it from you. You're going to eventually tell me. With me, I'm going to spill it out to you, and I'm going to say, my brother Milo, and we're always there for each other on the everyday and on the big ones, right? But
Yeah.
we're also there when things are positive. We're also, hey, I got a thing going on here, or hey, this is going good for me here, or hey, I got a little extra here, or so we're also like that. So you and me are different, right? A little bit, but on the everyday situation, why are friends almost always your friends when they need you the most?
Man, I saw an example exactly like maybe not exactly, but close to what you said right now. It was in Doctor House. You know the series.
Yeah, I love that series. I've watched it 2 or 3 times.
He was a millionaire. He was a millionaire, and he was sick, right? But he divorced his wife after he got the big money and found a young girlfriend, right? But when he got sick and in the hospital, it was his ex-wife who was
came
there
back.
for him.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
after he got better, he ran back to the girlfriend. And his explanation to Dr. House was his ex-wife is the best on the low times. And his girlfriend is the best at his good times.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just bizarre how this stuff kind of
Yeah.
works with friendships and stuff, and it's. But that's why I say, is it more important for the big time or the everyday events? When it comes to that.
Man, I think both. I think you should be there on both occasions. On the
Echo just
everyday
says you
thing,
can always take people, including friends, for granted, right? But
yeah.
here's the funny thing about this too, and we're getting a little off topic, and I'm trying to get to these last two so we can get to our trivia. We're already at an hour and a half, so I'm trying to get to these last two, but I do want to address this because this is something I say all the time. You can always take people, including friends, for granted, Echo Drift says. In my opinion, I find it more often than not that the people who love us, the people who care most for us, the people that really have your best interest at heart are the ones that always get how do I say, the short end of the straw, the short end of the stick. They're the ones who are always the ones who are catching your grief, always catching your anger, always catching your sadness. They're the ones who are always catching the downside of you more than the good side of you. Why do you suppose that is, man?
Because like you said, your closest friend, right?
Yeah.
Get that part of you because there are the persons, the people in your life that you can actually be yourself and you don't have to hold back.
Yeah, but is that fair? But is it
Yeah,
fair?
yeah, it's fair.
Nah,
It's fair.
nah, nah, I don't think it is, man. I don't think it is. I think it's wrong.
Why?
I think it's because those people like well, let me put it up here again. Like this is what we're talking about. Like Echo just says, you can take the people that matter the most, including your friends, for granted. And the people who love you. It's cannot. She says cannot.
Cannot. Yeah, you cannot always
You
take
cannot
people.
always take people,
Yeah.
including friends, for granted. Oh, okay. Don't fucking yell at me. I will boot you, Echo Drift. You keep yelling at me. I'll
Reread.
boot you. You'll reread like I'm an idiot or something. But I put it a whole different way. You cannot always take people, including friends, for granted. Well, you know what? I think it's just the opposite. Of course. I mean, to me, that's a sentence that doesn't need to be said, right? Because you can't really take people for granted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do believe you take your best friends and loved ones for granted.
Not for
So
granted.
I take that question a different way. I think it's a sentence that's I think it's a sentence that's put the wrong way.
Yeah.
I refuse to admit I'm wrong.
I do not believe you.
How about giving credit where credit is due? This is a big one.
Always.
This is a big one for me, man. I believe that, always give the credit. I cannot like you. There's people that I don't like in this world. I've only hated, actually had the word hate, two people in my life, in my entire 58 years of existence. I've hated two people with all my soul and all my heart, because it's a very strong word, that word hate. But
Yeah.
I've disliked many. Okay. I've disliked many people, but because of their attitudes and stuff like that. But even some of those people I disliked, I had to give credit where credit was due.
Yep.
They did something right, or they impressed me with something, or they were right with something. And just because I didn't like them
Yep.
doesn't mean that they were wrong or that what they did was bad. The
Yep.
Gallup poll found that only 1 in 3 U.S. workers, for instance, strongly agree they receive recognition or praise for good work in the past 7 days. No, it should be that if someone helped contribute to a project or something, or had the idea of some sort of invention or construction of something, or they should be acknowledged for them. That's how it should be, but it's
Yeah,
not.
it's not. It's not. And more often than not, people take credit or stay silent or act like success just happened to them,
Yeah.
without taking everybody else in consideration. For example, like you said, at work or in a group project, one person presents the idea forward, even though somebody else originally came up with the idea, And for example, when I was working in Germany, we had a lot of situations where I had my colleagues coming with a good idea about how to finish the job faster or quicker, and I was like, "Hey, we're gonna drink a beer or a tea on my money today."
Because they
Of
care,
that.
but you see, that's also a good person who's willing to open their mind and look like that. See, I'm the kind of guy who's like this. When if I'm working with somebody, right, and I've
Yeah,
done something multiple times, I'm going to say, look, do it like this. And if they're doing it a different way, a lot of people get insulted when people say to them, man, try it this way. No, this is my way. I know better. Well, I'm a little bit like that, but I'm not like that. I'll have the open mind. What
yeah,
my response to someone like that is, look, I'll tell you what, we'll do it your way 1 or 2 times. If you show me that your way is better than my way,
we're
we'll go
gonna
with
do it
your
again.
way we'll go with your way from now on. But you
Yeah,
need to prove to me that your way is better than my way before I go ahead and do your way.
yeah,
I'm kind of like right there. You know what I mean? I am open-minded. I will definitely listen. If there's a better way, there's a better way to do things.
yeah,
I'm definitely all about that. But you have to prove it to me. I'm not just gonna take it because you're telling me it's better.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah,
no.
yeah. They have to show it. They have to show it to it. They
Yeah.
have to
So
show
do you
it.
think taking someone's credit is stealing, or do you think it's just dirtbaggish?
It's
You know?
both. It's stealing and dirt baggage. I mean, if you're in a project, right, and let's say you're the team leader, you cannot go out and say, "Okay, I finished the job. I had a great idea on how to finish it, even though my colleagues came up with the idea." I cannot go and do that to the boss and say, "Yeah, I finished it." I always say, "We finished it," and probably say, "Man, that guy came up with a great idea. You know that?
Yeah.
Oh, he just found an easier way to do it."
Yeah. That word me goes
Yeah,
a long way with
yeah,
people. We
yeah.
did this. We
We did.
did that.
Yeah,
Not
because we're a team.
I. No, no,
We're a
no.
team.
Yeah, we're a team. I agree with you. All right,
Yeah.
man. For our last man, we are at the last question, the last unwritten life's lessons for tonight. And then we get into our exclusive trivia found only here at It's Not Okay TV. We built the system, we built the songs, we make the songs, we do it all. So you won't find it any place else. You must stick around for that. And I'll tell you what, it's the first trivia of the month of June. Vinay, who's over there in our chat, who I'm sure she will join us. She is 2 months and running as the champion, man. Vinay Skuman. She is
Oh yeah.
the champion up and running 2 months in a row. Well done, Renee. But you know what? We're into a new month, Vinay. So after we finish this last topic here, put your money where your mouth is, woman. Put your money where your mouth is, because you got people coming after you. How about do not judge people by a moment you caught them in. Don't judge a book by the cover, so to speak. You know,
Yep.
for instance, statistics show the American Psychiatric Association Stress in America report found that 54% of adults felt isolated. 50% felt left out, and 50%, which I have a real problem with all these percentages. That's 150%. But 50% felt like they lacked companionship at least some of the time. How it should be is give people room to have bad days without defining their whole character. I mean, we all have those moments that we wish we could take back. We all have those moments that is not us, but we get caught in the moment by somebody else and they judge us on that moment. What do you say about that, man?
Man,
Should you give people the room to have a bad day without defining their whole character?
yes, most definitely, most definitely. I mean, people see you do one mistake or one bad reaction or one awkward moment, and they're gonna build the whole opinion about yourself. See that's wrong. For example, if a waiter or a coworker seems short-tempered in a moment, you're not supposed to assume that he's a bad person just because of that moment.
Yeah, right. Can I stop you for 1 second, my brother?
Yes, please do.
Because I'm about to argue with Vinay Skuman.
Okay.
What does she say here?
Not in a row.
Did she win 2 months in a row or no?
No, she did not.
She
She
didn't.
was home at last month.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yep, 100%. It was Nomad. Nomad, did you win last month?
Nomad won April.
Yeah, if I
So
remember
Vinay,
correctly.
so Vinay won March.
Yeah, it was Vinay and then Nomad and now Vinay again.
Oh, well, then the whole song we wrote about Vinay was wrong.
Well, a little bit.
Oh, man, I had it all wrong. Man, I thought Nomad won in March and Vinay won the last two back to back.
No.
All right, I stand corrected. I was wrong. That is not weakness. That goes along with what we're talking about tonight.
Exactly.
Thank you for correcting me, Vinay. Thank you for correcting me. I'm sorry about the song that I made you, which shows up tonight, by the way. Which is on tonight's trivia, by the way. I made a song. We at It's Not Okay TV made a song for Vinay over here in the chat because she has been an instrumental person to us here from the moment we started. So we made a song about her. I have included it in the trivia tonight. But it says two months in a row, so I was wrong. But we'll let that one slide. We'll let that slide. I'm sorry, my brother. Let's get back to this last one. We do not judge people by a moment you are caught in. Don't judge a book by the cover. Yeah. Let people have the bad days without defining their whole character. You know, so the question is, how much should one bad moment affect your opinion of someone?
Well, see, that depends. That depends. For example, I had a bad moment at work where somebody pushed my buttons and I blew up a little bit on them.
Right.
And after about 10 or 15 minutes after I cooled down, I walked to the person and I said, babe, I had a hard morning. I'm sorry about the way I reacted. No hard feelings, no hard feelings. And we move forward and remain friends. But if somebody blows up and doesn't recognize it and doesn't talk to you about it, now I might change my opinion about that person if they have nothing to say about it afterwards.
Okay. If they don't apologize or something, you mean? Or if they don't say, hey, I'm sorry, I had a bad day, you know, I didn't mean to take it out. You're talking about like that.
Yeah, like I did.
Like you did. Well, like Echo just says, yes, but if you're having a bad day, do not push it onto another. It's the responsibility of the bad day person to handle it without causing another person's day. Well, Echo Drift, you know, that's one of those things easier said than do. You know, you have a bad day. You have a bad day. You're not your thoughts are not thinking of that whole morality thing of, listen, let me not make my brother Milo's day a worse day. You know, I'm having a bad day. You know what, Milo? What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Why do you got to be like that? And then Milo is going to say what he has to say back to me. And I'm going to bite back at him. And then we're going to have a little argument, right? We're going to have something to do. And then an hour will go by, 2 hours will go by. I think the responsibility now comes to the person who had the bad day to go to the other person, in this case, Milo, and say, hey, Milo, man, I'm truly sorry for the way I acted. I shouldn't have done that. I've had a bad day, and this is it. But at the moment, in the heat of the moment, when you're there, you're not thinking about the other person, man.
No, but after, like I said, for me, it took like 15 minutes after the moment. After about 15 minutes, when I cooled down, that was my first thought. Go back to that person and say, this is what happened. I apologize. That's it.
Yeah. I agree. I agree completely with you. My brother, I think that pretty much wraps up what we were going to talk about tonight, man. What say you?
Yep.
You know, tonight we spoke about the unwritten laws of life. Yes.
Yes.
So, you know, these unwritten rules are not about being perfect. What we spoke about tonight, that nobody gets it perfect. You know, nobody gets through life without being late, messy, defensive, or wrong. Sometimes, you know, we're human after all, right? But there is a difference between making a mistake and building your whole personality around making other people deal with it. There absolutely is a big difference. So the real debate tonight is simple. Which of these rules matters most? Which one do people break the most? And which one are we personally guilty of breaking more than we want to admit? That's our show for tonight. That's what we got. That's our content. Now we get into our exclusive It's Not Okay TV trivia. What say you, my brother?
Let's hear a hell yeah! So we can get everything prepared for trivia. Let's hear hell yeah in the chat room from everybody.
Yeah, we need a hell yeah, man. We need a hell yeah to get people going. And we have a bare leaderboard tonight because nobody is on the leaderboard because it's the first trivia of the month. We did send out Vinay for winning last month's trivia. We did send out her prize today. She should have it in about 2 weeks, being as how she's in South Africa. It doesn't get to her overnight. You know what I mean? It doesn't get to her overnight, but she is going to have it. What say you, my brother?
Yes. I want to.
Do you have your hell yes? Do you have all the things you need over there, or are you doing what you're doing? Are you still waiting for people? You gotta let me know.
Riker, I have a question for you, man. What the hell is going on with all these accounts?
We've got a new person here in our trivia, my brother.
Yeah, that's Striker.
That's Striker? How do you know?
Yeah, he says Striker here.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Where does he say that? Oh, Striker here. He does. Oh, I was like, oh, we got a new person in the chat.
Hey, Striker, just letting you know, my brother, you are not a moderator under this account.
You are not a moderator. That's right. So that is what it is. Hey, listen. Hey, you people sitting out there in the shadows, because we see you. We see the numbers are not comparing to the people over in the chat. If you're sitting out in the shadows, man, you got nothing to lose, man. Come join us. Come give us a hell yeah. You ain't got to do nothing about it, man. Come in here. Give us a hell yeah. Be part of the It's Not Okay TV trivia. It's real simple. You just answer A, B, C, or D. And if you happen to win for the month, man, you get a real cool prize. So listen, we're going to give it another 1 minute to go ahead and get the hell yeahs in there before we start this trivia. What say you, my brother?
Do you see what I'm saying? Striker got banned.
Striker does not want to be a mod. Ha ha ha. I got banned. He did get banned. YouTube banned Striker. Yeah, so he had to start a new account. Yeah. Man, Nomad's asking Striker, how did you get banned, Striker? You got to tell him, man. You got to tell him. Hello, Sora. Glad you could join us, man. Glad you could join up.
Look at her. Oh my God, I'm right on time. Yeah, you're right,
Right on
time.
time. You're right on time. Man, tonight is the first trivia, man. So it's the first trivia in the month of June. Of course, we give out our prizes at the end of the month. So for the winner of the trivia. So it's one of these things, man. If you want to get in, don't miss the first one. Because if you want to join the second, third one, you're already behind everybody. So if you want to get in, give us a hell yeah. Get up here. Go now. You have till I finish this cigarette, which is about 30 seconds from now. And then I'm going to go ahead and start this because you got everybody set up, don't you, brother?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. Kashmir told me to do a song with a cuss word. Yeah, he put the word bitch. He said the word bitch, bitch. But he did star it out. He started out B star, 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 and he still banned him for that, man.
Kashmira, you is a bad influence.
A very bad influence.
You got
my brother. I am good to my word. I did say when I'm done, I am done. Are you ready to go? Are we ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Everybody's ready to go. Let's do it.
Let's start with our It's Not Okay TV trivia. This is all exclusive. You will not find us anyplace else. We built it. We make the music. We do everything. So enjoy it.
At 5:45, coffee tastes burn, but it still does a trick. Gas tank low and the rent comes fast. Paychecks here, but it sure won't last. Boss man talks like we owe him my bones. We smile, clock in, then we drag ourselves home. But out on the porch, when the hard day dies, we crack one open and let our spirits rise. We ain't rich, but we're alive. Cheap old car and the Friday drive. Bills on the
You know what I love about this, man, is that if you didn't pay attention to our content, you're not going to get these right, man. This is not your typical trivia that we do here at It's Not Okay TV. You have to listen to our content to get this right, okay? So the people that were not here right at the beginning to be here on time for our show start got this wrong. And unfortunately, there's a lot of copiers out here because there's a lot of them, my brother. And I'm going to tell you why. Which one of these little standards was not? And I like to do this trivia question at the first of every one of our trivias because it has to deal with the opening monologue, right? So if they weren't here from the start and they didn't pay attention, well, then shame on you. You already have one wrong, right? Which one of these little standards was not mentioned in the opening monologue? Don't make calls late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see who got it right. We have Mario the Greek got it right. We have Triker got it right. Kashmira, Sora, DNA.
Well, here's the funny part.
That's it.
VNA got it right, but Vinay got it wrong.
Where's Vinay's answer?
Vinay is down there with C.
Down with C.
Love it. Next question, 2 out of 15.
groceries to buy, but we still gotta laugh and a reason to try. We ain't broken the heart, just low on cash. Turn up the song, let the bad week pass. Like it's hard,
Ooh.
we still survive.
Did you hear that?
We ain't ready.
Yeah. How was that?
Damn. We're
I have no idea what happened there. I'll have to check that out.
Then it came out of a paper sack. Car radio loud with the windows cracked. Kids in the yard, dogs raising hell. Neighbor's grill got that charcoal meat smell. Somebody laughing too.
So we have got which one of tonight's categories asked if it was a personality flaw or just bad planning. The answers are locked, man. So I keep wanting to say Vanene. It's not Vanene, man.
DNA.
Vianney, man, I keep wanting to say Venene. I don't know why. I just do. But she's the last one. C, respect people's time.
Exactly.
Ma, they all got it right. I did not expect that. I got to say. I got to say, I did not expect that. Well, there's Traker. Look, 3-bike Traker came back now. How about question 3 out of 15, man?
Joke. Somebody light on like this smoke. It ain't champagne in the diamond view, but it feels like gold. All these things around you.
We're rich, but we're alive.
Cheap old car and the Friday drive. Bills on the table and groceries to buy, but we still got a laugh and a reason to try. We ain't broken the heart, just low on cash. Turn up the song, let the bad week pass. Life hits hard, but we still survive. We ain't rich, but damn, we're alive.
Yo, my brother, you know what? What was the second subject we spoke about tonight? Do you have any idea?
Man, to be honest with you, no, I do not. I
do not either. If I'm on it, because I don't have the answer sitting right here with me. But answers are locked. So the last one is a 3-bike Triker. I'll tell you what. The answer is D, clean up after yourself. So we had a lot of copiers there because they did not know either. But listen, man, I just want to take a second to point. I just want to take a second and point out, my brother, if people scan that QR code up there, they can see this music that we're playing tonight. We make this music. And if you really like it, you can find it. If you scan that QR code, it brings you to itsnotokaytv.com, where you can play the music for free if you're on the website, you know, or you can download it if you feel like supporting our channel. But as long as you're on the website, you can play it for free. So forth, so on. You know what I mean? Because this is all of our original music, our original stuff. You will not find this trivia anywhere on the internet except for here at It's Not Okay TV. And you will not do good on this trivia unless you pay attention to the content, because this is all about our content tonight. So next question, 4 out of 15.
Maybe someday we'll catch that break. Get a little more than the world tries to take. Till then we dance on the cracked up floor. With empty pockets and hearts wanting more. We got scars, but they prove we tried.
You remember how to do it?
Man, you're doing it again. I think you're preparing us for something.
According to labor statistics, Americans spend an average of how many times daily on household activities? Answers are locked at the Vinay. And the answer is B, 2.1 hours. Well, we got a little mixed bag there. We got some C's, we got some A's.
And we
So
have
we got a
some
little bit
B's.
of a mix. Yeah, we got a mixed bag there. Man, I have got to go wash the car for a second. So I am going to have Triker fill in for me for a question if necessary. Okay. So Triker's going to take over here. We have got question. Well, you know what you have to do here, right? You let this go through. When it all goes through and you see this thing at its red, when this thing's red, then you go to reveal question and you answer it, and you answer it. Okay. Then the one is next question. All right. My brother will help you through it if you need to do it. Next question, 5 out of 15.
You still got that fire burning.
How you
inside.
doing, Trevor? How you doing?
Good.
Sunday comes and the bills still wait. Monday's already at the starting gate. But we got stories, we got songs, we got each other when the week goes wrong. No silver spoon, no golden crown. around, just stubborn fools who don't stay down. If being rich means losing these times, keep the damn money. We use nickels and dimes. We ain't rich, but we're alive. Keep on.
Answer is locked. Reveal answer. C, 20 to 25%. Next question.
Not so fast.
What do I have to say?
Read the question before you give the answer. So on the next question.
How much of general population is estimated to procrastinate chronically?
Yes, and the correct answer is C, 20 to 25%. And let's see who got it right. Everybody got it right except Echo Drift.
Next
Now move to the
question.
next question.
6 out of 15.
Yeah.
Bills on the table, groceries to buy, but we still got a laugh and a reason to try. We ain't broken the heart, just low on cash. Turn up the song, let the bad beat pass. Life hits hard, but we still survive. We ain't rich, but damn, we're alive.
Hey, my brother. I feel that you need to give Triker a point for that one. Assuming that he didn't play, he covered for me, and assuming he got it correct, I will even ask the people in the chat if they got an issue for it. People in the chat, do you have a problem if Triker is given a point for covering for me while I went to wash the car? He was unable to answer the question and be involved with the trivia, and I feel it's only right to give him a point for that moment. So, how many hours a week did a study show 87% of employees wasted clarifying unclear messages? The answer was A. 5. Oh, we had some people right there. Nope, nobody has a point for it. Nobody has a problem with it. So give Triker a point for that, my brother.
Okie dokie.
He covered us with the washing, and nobody has a problem with it. I think it's only fair because he was unable to play.
Okay, done it.
All right, thank you. All right, question 17 out of 15.
7 out of 15.
It's not okay TV.
It's not okay, TV. Yeah, we
proud to Mike lit up. We're talking to the crowd. Joey Shits and Milo giggles with the grin, chaos and comedy every time we begin. 15 years deep, yeah, brothers, we became. Built it from scratch. Now they know the name from the first bad take to a soul.
Man, I love that song, bro. I love that song. I just love it, man. I think it's a great song. Man, I don't think people understand out there that are watching this what it took to build this system. You know that? We built this trivia. We make every one of these songs for the people out there, and I would love to have them join us in chat and join in this trivia, man. I would love to. They get monthly prizes. They get all kinds of fun. They can get in here and talk. They can do all kinds of things. 31.4% of U.S. employees who reported mistreatment at the workplace said what was one of the most common types. The answer was D, humiliation. And you know what? They all got it. Oh, Sora got it. She will have nightmares over this one day. I swear to God, she will. Everybody got it right except for Sora. Sorry, Sora. Better luck next time. Question out 8 out of 15, man.
Now the whole damn chat keep the show alive.
If you feel that rhythm, don't just sit and stare. Get involved with chat. We see you in there from the heart we speak. No mask, no act, just real ones talking, and we're giving back. It's not okay TV, yeah, it feels so right. YouTube, Facebook, we go live 3 nights. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, lock it in tight. 7:40 p.m., that's when we take flight. GMT +3 when the summer kicks in. When winter is here, is GMT to the town.
Yeah, you know, for the people out there that are unfamiliar with our trivia, it's like this, my brother. They have to subscribe to get notified when we go on live. Because when we go on live, then they can watch the content. Because when they watch the content, then they will know all these answers. Because all these answers are given into the content. If you don't watch the show, you probably are wondering, what are these questions? Because you don't watch the show. The show and the trivia all tied together. It's
simple.
not okay TV, man. It's that simple. So it's not a difficult thing. You must subscribe to know when we're on live, so you know the answers to these questions.
Oh no!
9.
You must subscribe and smash the bell icon.
Smash the bell icon. Yeah.
This way you'll get notified every time we go live or we post a new video.
That's right. This way you know the answers to these trivia questions and you can win the prize for the month. But nope. Do it your way if you'd like to. 9 out of 15.
You did not reveal the answer.
It doesn't matter. I can't do it now.
Yeah.
Part of the show. Trivia exclusive. Yeah, you won't find it twice.
What was the answer?
The answer was B, and everybody was right except Kashmira.
Echo Drift didn't get it right.
Oh yeah, she said B. Yeah, Echo Drift as well.
All right, man. I'm going to keep you honest, my brother. I'm going to keep you honest with that. See, we double and triple check all these answers now just to make sure everything's right. We got my brother over there. We got the YouTube over here. We got me over here. We double, triple check all this so there could be no, what's the word I'm thinking of? Mistakes. What do 71% of people do that they knowingly admit is annoying? They give advice.
They give advice.
They give advice, man.
Echo Drift?
Yeah. And
VNA got it wrong.
No, not VNA. Yeah, VNA. VNA. That's all I got to remember, man. Is VNA. You know, I'm a little mad at her mother.
Why?
Okay, so she made it so hard, man, for me to understand. All right, give advice. That's the way it goes. Next question, 10 out of 15.
Let it swing.
Side to side.
All social links in one place, you know.
It's NetTechTV.com.
Now you part of the show.
It's not okay.
TV. Yeah, the chaos is real.
Comedy mixed with that truth you can feel.
Joey shit, smile, giggles, bring the fire and flow.
If you're rocking with the movement,
let the whole world know.
share, like, subscribe.
Yeah, don't be shy.
We build this together.
You and I. From the first live stream to wherever it goes.
It's not okay TV.
We do our best in all.
My brother,
Yes.
you know what we got coming up next? Because we're at 11 of 15 coming up here. We have got our latest song out here on It's Not Okay TV.
Oh, it's that time.
It's that time, my brother, because we have got 11 through 15 of this song. Yes, it's our latest song, our newest song here on It's Not Okay TV. This is for one of our chat members. This is for the heart and soul of one of the people we call the heart and soul of It's Not Okay TV. She has been here since the beginning. She has been here, I think, since episode 1 or 2. something of that nature. And this one goes out to Vinay Skuman, this next song that you're about to hear for the next 4 or 5 questions. This is for you, Vinay. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. What is the USDA's estimate on U.S. food supply wasted? The answer is 30 to 40% C.
See, and everybody got it right except Echo Drift.
Echo Drift got it wrong. Yeah, it might be because of her age or something. She can't focus properly. I'm just trying to say it might be, or maybe she just got it wrong. I don't know. Here we go. Question 11 of 15, and our newest song added to It's Not Okay TV.
From the first little spark, you were standing by our side when the room was still small. You gave our project pride. You shared us constantly, brought people to the door. WhatsApp, Discord, yet somehow found us more. You keep the laughter rolling when our nights run long. With
My brother.
positive vibes so
Yeah.
bright, I had to make
Check out.
this song. When you join us on the stage,
What's
it
happening?
all seems
Check out the comment.
I heard Americans call their kids Joey Jr. and Joey Jr., the second, etc. So Vinay and VNA is not that bad. No, it's true when you put it that way. When you put it that way, it's not that bad. But still, when you spell it the way you spell it and then expect me to say VNA, first of all, where's the V? Well, just. VNA, I think you have a beautiful name. I just think your mother's playing a lot of jokes on me. That's what I think is happening. I think she could have looked into the future and said, one day I'm gonna know Joey Shits, and he's gonna have a hard time with this name. And you could have made it. I think you could have looked in the future and said, let me spell it with a V and put E or something in there. VNA. I think you could have made it a lot easier for me. Is all I'm trying to say. I think this is a little bit, premeditated on my part. That's what I think. But I think it's a beautiful name. VNA is much prettier than Vene. No, I didn't say that. Vene is just as pretty as VNA. It's a mini me. Yeah. For some reason, I have no doubt, Vene. For some reason, I have no doubt. What do 3 in 5 Americans, or 58%, say they have trouble doing? Saying no. They have trouble saying no, people.
Yeah.
And who got that right?
Well,
VNA got it right. Echo Drift got it right. Kashmira got it right. Triker got it right.
everybody else.
Yeah.
With the wrong answer. Mario, Venay, Nomad. Hey!
Basically, all the Americans got it right, and all the South Africans got it wrong.
Wait a minute.
Basically, wait a minute.
VNA got it right.
Did she really? VNA got it right?
VNA got it right, yeah.
Are you serious right now?
VNA and Tricot got it right.
She did get it right. You is a genius, VNA. You is a genius. You and names don't get along. Who butchered your name? I didn't butcher your name. Cypriot. And it's not Cypriot, it's Cypriot. I checked that shit. Reveal answers. I did. Next questions. 12 out of 15.
Smile in the chaos, turning noise into light. It's Schoolman, not Schulman. I know this now. I keep in mind and remember it somehow. So thank you, Vinay, from Joy and Milo too, for every laugh, every share, everything that you do. You helped build this madness before the world could see. Now you're part of the heartbeat of It's Not Okay TV. You got tortoises climbing in the backyard trees. That's what you say, not sure anyone believes. You pick them up saying, do it again, saving the shell back.
Well, now, I gotta say something here, my brother.
Go
I
ahead.
was a little wondering why VNA was over here giving D's at the end, right? She gave D after D after D after D. Where did
Yeah.
that come from?
That's
Where
the
did that
smiley
come
face.
from? Oh, is that the smiley face?
Yeah, it's the one I agree.
Ah, yeah, it's the smiley
You know, back in the day.
Okay, yeah, leave me alone. It's not back in the day. I still do it, man. I still do it. I just didn't pay attention to it. Okay, well, because I feel a little bad right now.
Those are the first emojis, my brother. Before
Yeah,
emojis existed.
Before emojis existed. Well, I'm around before Google existed. So what does that mean? 53% of U.S. adults claim to have how many close friends? Oh my goodness gracious. I feel so bad for these people. But you know what? 2 people did get it right. The answer is D. 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4. Nomad and Sora got it right, man. Of course, Sora got it right. She guessed, and it was 100% correct. Sora, did you guess it that, or did you know?
Yeah. Sora, was that a lucky guess?
Mhm.
We're curious.
I think it was. I think it was. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. For people just joining us right now in our trivia, it's really not so hard. You think it's hard, but that's only because you weren't here paying attention to the content. If you
Maybe.
paid attention to our show, you knew every one of these answers, and you had a real chance at winning our monthly prize. So, which is the first trivia of the month tonight, man. We have like what, 8 or 9 of them to go. So, hey, we got question 13 of 15 coming up here right now.
Rebels, of course, they're your friends. Raising kids and newly married, yet never miss the shows. Finding time to stick with us as the channel grows. Mushrooms in your world, a strange and beautiful thing. It seems no matter what you do, it's happiness you bring. It's Schoolman, not Schumann. I know this now. I'll keep it in mind and remember it somehow. So thank you, Vinay, from Joey and Milo too, for every laugh, every share, everything that you do. You helped build this madness before the world could see. Now you're part of the heartbeat of It's Not Okay TV. 2 months back to back, nobody's taking your throne. The reigning trivia champ.
I had that part wrong, man. 2 months back to back. I did not. I thought she won March and April and May, but she didn't. She won March and May. Nomad came in between all there. So, Nomad, I apologize for not giving you your kudos for April, but I was giving you your kudos for March. I just had the month wrong in the song. It's wrong, but we all know what I meant, right? According to the APA, American Psychiatric Association, how many U.S. adults felt isolated? The answer was B, 54%. So who got that right? Who got the?
We've got Nomad, Mario, Benet, DNA, and Sora, who got it right.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
They got it right. We're down to the last 2 questions for tonight, unless we hit an overtime. Ready? 14 of 15.
Sitting cool on her own, maybe upper room center, maybe Pete's wagon new. But however you found us, we're damn glad it was you. You bring respect and compassion, you always stand tall. Kind to the worthy, no fool for them all. Field hockey fire with the champion's grace. Blonde hair, bright laughing queen of the chat face. Some people just watch, some people help things grow. Some bring the crowd in before the numbers show. You gave us your time right from the start, and that is something we hold close to our hearts. So this one is for Vanny, who helped us find a lane through every joke, every topic, every wild campaign. From shits and giggles we wanted to be clear, we are so very happy that you choose to be here. It's Schoolman, not Schumann. I know this.
Yeah, man. Man, I'm liking that song.
Man, I like it. I like it. Like I said, it's one of the best songs you made.
It's one of the best songs, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, man, I'll tell you what. How many times per minute did a 2023 observational study find patients were interrupted? The answer is C, 9 times. Kashmir got it right. Kashmir got it right. Yay! Clap, 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 clap. She's the only one that got it right. Clap, clap. Yay!
And everybody else.
Yeah, you guys got it wrong, man. You definitely got it wrong. What can I tell you?
Kashmira, was that a lucky guess or were you 100% on it? I gotta ask you.
Yeah, I think that was a guess 100%, man, because I don't know. I didn't even remember that one. All right, man. We are down to the last question. Unless we hit overtime, we're down to the last question of the night. 15 of 15. And then my brother will tell me if we go into overtime or not. But right now, this is the last one.
I'll keep in mind and remember it somehow. So thank you, Vinay, from Joey and Milo too, for every laugh, every share, everything that you do. You helped build this madness before the world could see. Now you're part of the heartbeat of It's Not Okay TV. Yeah, thank you, Vinay, for the love you always show, for helping this crazy little family grow. The champ, the friend, the light we're proud to see. Forever part of Shits and Giggles, and it's not
That finished off to say It's Not Okay TV. So, man, let me tell you something. Vinay, thank you very much. You know, that was the premiere of Vinay's song. It's called Schoomin', Not Schumann. So that's the title of that song. And thank you very much, Vinay, for everything you did. I hope we did you justice with that song, because there's not much more we can do than that, but to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. That finishes up our regular trivia at question 15 of 15. What did 50.3% of people with unpaid personal debts worry about? The answer was repaying the full loan. A is the answer. A. And not a single person got it right.
Man, nobody wonders about paying their debt back.
No, not a single person got that right.
No.
Well, my brother, what my question for you is this: do we go into a tiebreaker tonight, or do we not?
Yes, we do, my brother. Yes, we do.
Oh, who do we have in the tiebreaker, man?
Well, fighting for first place, we have.
What about third?
Should I start with third?
Sure,
Okay.
you always start with third.
Okay, let's start with third. Okay, on third place, we have Kashmira. With 7 out of 15.
Whoa. Sorry.
You still made the podium.
You still made the podium, though. But yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. One.
Uh-oh.
I want to check something, but he didn't. Okay. Yeah. She stays on third place because Triker started the trivia with the other account.
Yeah.
So he's behind Kashmira with 2 points. So basically, he's behind Kashmira with 1 point because he got the first question right with the other account. Okay. On the second question, he did not answer. I guess he was switching account or something.
Okay.
Accounts or something. And then he answered again on the third question. So he has a point extra. When you put the points, put a point extra for Triker because he answered on the first question with the other account.
And you added the point for him when he covered for me?
Yes, I did. I did. Okay. So, yes, we have Kashmira on third place with 7 points, followed on second place. We have a tie between Benay and BNA with 9 points.
Truly a me and a mini-me. Okay.
Yeah. But the interesting thing about it, they got answers correct and wrong on different questions.
Isn't that interesting?
They made a tie. They did not play teams. Okay, and on first place, we have Mario, Nomad, and Sora with 10 out of 15.
I didn't think Mario was here for the whole lot. Was he? He was right here from the beginning?
Yeah.
Was he? Way to go, Mario, man. He did not like that whole Mad Midget. Mad Midge is last place. He didn't like that whole scenario. He had to show up tonight, man. Way to go, Mad. Way to go, Mad Midget. Mad Midge. It's not Mad Midget. It's Mad Midge. My bad. Okay. So then we have got an overtime. We go into the tie break right here, man.
Yep.
For the
Yep.
tie break, let me be clear with the rules, what we have here. We do not have, it does not follow our content on the tie break. It goes just for general knowledge trivia. This is what everybody can answer if they know trivia, etc., etc. It's on a first college year level. It's supposed to be anyhow. Okay. I did not verify these, so I do not know if they're simple or hard. The first 15, I manually do the questions, so I know that they can be tricky or not. These next 5, well, I let AI figure these out, and I don't manually check them, so we'll have to see. So the rules of this are the first 4 questions. We go into 5 overtime questions. The first 4 are the same way that we did it now. As soon as I have all the answers, I will reveal the answer. We don't necessarily go through the whole song or the whole piece of song. As soon as I have all the answers, I reveal the answer. Okay? If it's still a tie when we get to the 20th question, then it's whoever answers first is the winner. That's just the way it goes. Okay? Are we good, my brother?
Yes. We are good. We can start.
So who's playing? Sora, Nomad,
Sora,
and
Nomad,
Mario.
and Mario. Yes.
Sora, Nomad, and Mario. Only you guys answering this one. This is for you guys. Tiebreaker coming up right now.
I rolled in from America, said goodbye to my boys. Now I'm fixing up the town with a grin and poise. They see me on the sidewalk ladder, leaning on the wall. Same guy on YouTube talking loud about it all. I'm in somebody's kitchen, then I'm passing through the square. Half the town is looking like, hey, I know him from somewhere. I don't need a red carpet, don't need velvet rope. I got 12 fans waving.
Striker, you're not in this.
I'm small town famous.
Striker, you're not in this, man. You're not in this. This is between Mario, Nomad, and Sora only. Okay? Now, which ancient civilization is credited with developing one of the earliest known writing systems of cuneiform? Well, let me see here. Do 2 have it right, or does only 1 have it right, or does no have it right? Hey, Sumerians. Oh, Nomad wins it right from the jump. Right from the jump, man. Right from the jump. Well done, Nomad. Nomad, I pick on Nomad a little bit. You know why? Because he said to me one day, he said, man, I have got to purposely lose. Because if I don't purposely lose, other people will not have a chance to win. Now, I think that's a little egotistical. I still think it's a little egotistical. I don't give a shit. I still say it's egotistical.
And to be honest, Nomad, I don't think you threw any questions away today.
Yeah, I don't think he's thrown too many questions either myself. But I think that's a little full of yourself when you say that, right? So, but he did say that to me. But I have to give him the kudos where kudos are due, which was part of our unwritten rules tonight that we spoke about, right? Giving credit where credit is due. I got to say, he put his money where his mouth is, and he won tonight in overtime. He beat everybody. So who am I to debate that? Maybe he is a Stephen Hawkins or a Neil Tyson deGrasse. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I don't know. But I do have to say that for the It's Not Okay TV trivia, my boy just came through first place and blew everybody away.
So basically tonight, Nomad won the trivia and he gets an extra point.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't because you only get the extra point when you hit 15.
Oh.
Did they all hit 15 when they tied?
No.
Okay, so what'd they tie at? What was the score they tied at? 10. So he's got 11. He's got 11. He got 11 right. He doesn't get 12. He doesn't get like 10, 11 plus an extra one. No.
Yeah, he has an extra point for this question.
But he got 11 right. He's got 11.
Yeah.
You only get an extra point if they tie at 15-15. Then you get an extra point, bro.
Oh, okay. You're not allowed to pass 15. Yeah, you're not allowed to pass 15. only if you win the. Yeah, I got it.
Right. Then they get the extra point for pass. Exactly. So he got 11 right. Right. So give Nomad his kudos, my brother.
Nomad.
Well done, Nomad. Well done. Well done, Sora. Well done, Mario. You guys did fantastic. Mario, you're no longer in last place. I got to tell you, you are now going to be in. Let me see. How does alphabetical order go? Oh yeah, Sora fucks herself all the time with the S. So you are now in second place, Mario, because Sora chooses to go with the S's, which is always up there in the alphabet. And by alphabetical order, it will be Nomad, Mario, and Sora. So that'll be 1, 2, and 3 up on our leaderboard when I get that done. So fantastic jobs, guys. Listen, my brother, that takes us to the end of our show tonight. We are at 2.5 hours. We have gone overtime tonight. So say what you got to say to the people.
Well, first of all, I want to take the time and thank Vinay for being one of the pillars that holds and propels It's Not Okay TV. Shah, I want to thank everybody in the chat room. I want to say welcome to VNA in the chat. Thank you for showing us a good time. We're glad you're here every time. We have a lot of fun. So every day, spread the love, spread the kindness, and we'll see you on, what day is it today?
Sunday. We'll see you on Sunday. You got that? You're good? Yeah, everything my brother said. VNA, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Vinay, yeah, you know, I can't give you enough props for thank you for everything you do for It's Not Okay TV. Mario, I'm really glad to see you came in here and stuck it out for a while. You know, you're usually in and out. So thank you, Mario, for coming in here as well. And, you know, you guys all did great, man. You guys make our show. I mean, there's just not enough love for you guys. Really, truly. You guys really are our true little family. So everything my brother said with the smash, share, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you like our content, if you haven't already done it, do it for us. And we'll catch you on the next show. In the meantime, I guess that's about it. Right, my brother?
Yep.
I'm Joey Shits. That there, my brother, Milo Giggles. Together we make Shits and Giggles here on It's Not Okay TV. We hope you had fun. It's so long, it's farewell, but it's never goodbye. We'll catch you on Sunday.